Session 46. The streets of Arabel stir to life as dawn breaks over the city. In the High Moon Inn, much obliged find themselves awake earlier than usual. The events of the previous day weigh heavily on their minds. Below, the common room is quiet, save for the occasional creak of floorboards as the innkeeper prepares for the day. The city outside seems to mirror your unease. The usual morning bustle is muted, as if Arabel itself is wary of what this new day might bring. Your thoughts turn to the challenges that await. The succession crisis of House Bala looms large, with Jocelyn's response to your meeting request growing more pressing as the hours pass. Your lunch appointment with Bala offers a glimmer of hope for answers, yet also the potential for more questions. Lord Belnar was assassinated. You know that now, and yet knowing it only makes the situation more complicated. The Fire Knives, a name whispered with fear and awe, have cast their shadow over the whole affair. Their involvement begs many questions. Are they still lurking in Arabel's shadow, with more murders to come? Who hired them, and why? And then there are the ghosts. The spectral visitation you witnessed last night is but the latest in a string of sightings that have plagued Arabel for months. The line between the living and the dead seems to grow thinner with each passing day. Miss Alara Thornwood's necklace provided a curious connection to Soligan Huntcrown, but how does this tie into the larger mystery? You've been asked by the Lord Mayor to look into these matters, and indeed the Queen approved of you doing so, but each day you remain here, her mission in Tilverton is not addressed. The clock is ticking, and you have so much to do, and yet your personal issues, including Foul's recent close call, cannot be ignored either. As you rouse yourselves, the scent of fresh bread from a nearby bakery wafts through the air, a tempting reminder of your growing hunger and the long day that stretches before you. Although the innkeeper has said he does not offer food here, there are several restaurants nearby. Perhaps some breakfast will ease your troubled minds and provide clarity. Welcome back to Cormyr, in the Year of Purple Dragons.
How much sleep did we get last night?
Just enough to count as a long rest, so about 6 hours.
Ooh. Do you mean long rest?
No, short rest, sorry.
Okay.
We get a inspiration?
You don't get inspiration for your short rests.
I was just asking.
I thought we all got it last.
Yeah,
last
we got
session.
Pretty
last-
sure I gave
last session
inspiration
at
to
the
everybody
end.
last session anyways, though.
Except for Corthyndahast.
Because
Except for Corthyndahast, yeah.
That's why I asked.
did you explicitly say except for Corthyndahast?
Yeah. He did explicitly say except for Corthyndahast.
What did you do?
Not enough.
Veronica will get up and go knock on the other group's door just to check in with them and see if they're ready to go get some breakfast, and also check in on Fal. Knock knock. Y'all up?
I'll open the
Pig
door.
is, yeah, certainly up and probably fussing over Foul's annoyance.
Hey,
Foul's not up.
Wait,
Fal's-
well, how are
Fal's
we?
still sleeping?
It's Foul,
Split
Fig, and Corthyndahast.
I thought so.
I just assumed that Kaelen just opened the door in.
Into the room. Yeah, that makes
works.
sense.
That
fits
sounds right.
Kaelen.
Does sound
And
about right.
Fig is a dog, so she has no decorum, so she didn't even twitch at it. She was just like, oh, hi.
Foul is still
Right.
asleep.
Yeah, Foul's,
Okay.
Foul's not up yet. He had a rough
Did you
night.
did you poke him?
I've been poking him a lot. I think maybe he wouldn't want me to poke him more, but you can poke him.
Gold nose to the rib.
Some breakfast meats and breakfast beer might perk him back up. Well, maybe a
did you
little
say?
more, but
Matthew?
I said cold nose to the ribs. That's how
Yeah.
Fig was poking him.
Yes.
I guess Veronica will go and poke Fal's cheek. Are you awake?
Jesus.
No.
All right, if we carry you to the restaurant, do you want some food? Or we'll bring you
No.
something back?
No food.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go get some food. And Veronica will leave.
I'll leave my water, like a little jug of water next to him. This might help. We'll be back up in a
We
bit.
should probably
Well, maybe
get
we
some
should-
food.
We should probably leave someone here.
Anybody want to
Don't worry.
volunteer?
I'll leave Skirble.
Ah, that's perfect.
I will take good care of him.
Oh, Skirble's not here. Skirble's at the window. I have to go check on him.
Oh yeah, that's true. You're right. He is.
I'll wait for him. I still have to do some morning exercises, so you guys go ahead and eat, and I'll keep
So-
an eye on him.
Corthin's going to go upstairs and check on Skirble.
Kaelen, what do you
Thanks.
want us to bring you? Food. We'll bring you something.
Meat and eggs.
Okay.
Fig's gonna fuss about the Sophie's choice here for a second, but then ultimately decide food.
Upstairs, Skirble is hanging from the windowsill upside down in raven form.
Very subtle.
Yes.
Did any ghosts return?
Oh, thousands of ghosts.
Are you telling the truth?
No.
Delightful.
I am. It's true.
Veronica will ask Del if he's coming to breakfast. You coming with us? All right. Veronica will stop by the innkeeper and ask for directions to a breakfast place with meat and eggs.
Just across the street, there's a lovely little cafe.
Awesome. What's it called? Is it called the Lovely Cafe?
The cafe is
It's called the Percolating Pixie.
a percolating pixie.
No. The name is just Lovely Cafe, and it is one of a chain, so it is a Lovely Cafe.
Yeah. I love that.
We told
Okay.
the innkeeper about the window, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, are you all going downstairs then, except for Kaelen and
Kaelen.
Fal?
Fig is at least. She's hungry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fig, when you get downstairs, you see Veronica pestering the innkeeper, and
How dare! I was asking a question.
sorry, Veronica conversing with the innkeeper,
Thank you.
and he looks up and says, Dame Hawklin,
Hello? Yes?
a letter arrived for you this morning, and also a message separate from the letter, both for you.
Oh, well,
Ooh.
I'd have them then, if you'd be so kind.
Of course, and he pulls the letter out from underneath and offers it to you.
Who's it from? Who's it from?
And the message was from the owner of the Steel Scales. He sent word that he'd like you to come by.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I will do that today.
Did you get the letter?
Yes.
Excellent.
Is it like
It's only
sealed
shared with
and-
you right now. Yeah, it is sealed.
Yeah. Yeah. So she turns it over and looks at the seal and kind of,
It is the seal of House Bala.
yeah, looks a little concerned. But she opens it up.
Ooh.
Oh, he's
Veronica will be staring,
very
trying to see.
flowery. Right, her.
Well, don't keep us in suspense.
All right, I'll read it out loud then, and if it has any information you didn't want public, not my fault. My dearest Dame Figwyn Hawklin, I pray this missive finds you in most splendid spirits on this fair day. It is with great pleasure and anticipation that I extend to you the most cordial invitation to partake in the time-honored ritual of afternoon tea at my humble abode. I would be most honored if you would grace me with your esteemed presence at 3 bells past noon this very day. While I am aware that you shall be enjoying the company of my dear cousin Esquirrel during the luncheon hour, a fact which I assure you causes me no distress, I do hope you will find it in your heart to join me afterward for a more intimate tete-a-tete. I would be remiss if I did not extend this invitation to include the esteemed Lord Tammarast. His presence would be most welcome, as I believe I may share some interest in the young man's scholarly pursuits. Indeed, I look forward to the prospect of engaging in stimulating discourse with both yourself and Lord Tammarast. I must confess, my dear Dame Figwyn, that I have received word from Valerium, Lord Dracohorn, expressing his fervent desire for his daughter's prompt return to the family hearth. In light of this, I humbly request that you refrain from extending this invitation to Lady Dracohorn or any other companions. Perhaps you might encourage the young Veronica to heed her father's wishes and make haste homeward. I await your response with bated breath and remain, as always, your most devoted servant, Jocelyn Bala.
Oh, he seems like a pleasant fellow.
Veronica's gonna go across the street to get food. This is far too early for this.
Curious.
Figwyn
I
carefully...
found out about my studies.
I don't know.
Interesting, however.
Yes.
We have time for food.
Veronica's gone.
Corthyndahast, do you need to be in the vicinity of your familiar to communicate with your familiar?
Da.
1 mile, I think.
This
isn't
is
it? Or maybe it's 100 feet.
Yeah.
canon now that he's making this noise while he thinks.
Da. Dang it. I gotta look up the spell.
I got you. 100 feet of you can communicate telepathically.
We can freely
Um,
communicate within 100 feet. But I can, I think... Hold on. So it says, additionally, as an action, you can see through your familiar's eyes and hear what it hears. Is that also within that 100
Yes.
feet?
Yes.
Okay.
And that would be
About 100
spending
feet
your
or so.
action every turn doing
Right.
that.
That doesn't seem very useful in this situation, which is too bad. I
don't
suppose I could
Yeah.
Borrow him anyways, if you would oblige, and he can
Oh, yes. I would
go
be
get you if
very,
something goes
very
wrong.
good at the afternoon
You
tea.
would be hidden and not to talk to the Lord.
That seems short-sighted of you.
I suppose he could be much obliged to that. And then he finger guns.
That's finger wand.
There are guns.
They're very rare, though.
Sorry, he finger blunderbusses?
Anyways.
That may be prudent. If short-sighted, as accounted by your familiar.
Are you guys coming? Veronica will shout from outside of the inn.
At the very least, Jocelyn has excellent taste in people.
Certainly
Surprised
does.
to hear you say that, since you're not on the invitation.
I wasn't there. I walked out.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
When we went to talk with Jocelyn, I just walked out before everything was finalized. I'm just like, well, if they don't have time for us, I'm leaving.
Ah.
I suppose. You are still a war wizard, though, so...
It's good that you two go.
Figwyn, what am I
believe-
supposed to do without my emotional support war wizard?
He probably
was,
included the bit about Delryar's hobbies as a indication of how far spies reach. Let's go get Veronica fed before she starts foaming at the mouth.
Is that a thing that might happen? She's
Considering
going
the
to be
other
walking.
Dracohorns we've met, probably.
She is walking towards food because Fig is very food oriented also. So I think we're getting
Yes.
breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Veronica will order extra for Kaelen and
Yeah, so I have a menu for you.
Ooh.
Ooh.
This restaurant's a little extra. They have the dragon's breath omelet, which is extra spicy. Pixie dust pancakes, goblin bacon and eggs, the unicorn horn croissant, troll sausage platter, mermaid's delight, which is smoked salmon benedict, wizard waffle tower, chimera cheese quiche, mimic toast, it bites back, and owlbear porridge.
Ooh, I'll take the mimic toast.
You don't want the wizard tower.
No, that's too
Salmon
obvious.
Benedict. Absolutely salmon Benedict.
You gotta come
Veronica-
visit us, by the way. There's a place up here that does that.
Several.
Hey, is it plain, like, cooked salmon, or is it smoked salmon?
Smoked.
It's smoked salmon.
No.
It's
but it's
also
not-
a different kind of smoked salmon. But anyways,
Yeah.
back to the game.
Veronica will order the waffles and then she'll ask for the eggs and bacon one to go.
The goblin
And
bacon
then-
and eggs to go. Okay.
Yeah, and then the porridge for Fowl, maybe, I don't know.
Okay. Sure.
Fig's going to have to be instructed not to order one of everything.
You can order one of everything. It'll just cost you.
Yes, somebody's going to have to explain to her that money. Because she clearly wants one of everything.
She can afford it. Go
Currency can be exchanged for goods and services.
for it. I guess over food. So it sounds like Fig and Del are going to this meeting.
Well, we're having
Your
lunch.
esteemed guests.
We're,
Yes,
we're,
we're having
we're having
lunch
lunch with the
with-
other side.
Right.
Oh.
And then we're having
Oh,
tea.
Oh, it's tea. Okay. Perfect.
Don't worry. I'm sure he serves chamomile, and you wouldn't want to be there anyways.
Are you particularly upset by not being included in this?
No, of course not. I have other things to do.
You realize you are a particularly bad liar.
Actually, I'm a very good liar when I want to be. But, yeah. But it's not surprising. So at the end of the day, it's whatever. Whatever gets us to the information that we need, that's what's important.
I'm surprised a lack of an invitation would stop a Dracohorn.
She wasn't just not invited. She was like whatever the opposite of invited is.
She was
Oh.
excluded because her
Outvited.
father outranks her in the noble tree.
It's just pressure. That's all. And at the end of the day, I don't have to go for us to get what we need, and we'll just find something else to do while you guys have this very important conversation with the least liked Bala, definitely.
Been in town for a day and a half, and she's already decided which one's the worst. Because she wasn't invited to tea.
Very clearly, Eskrol is on her good side. I had this whole idea of like endearing myself to this other Bala, but he's clearly the bad guy in this scenario.
We don't know that yet.
Yeah. Yet.
We have to keep an open mind.
Sure. These waffles are really good.
They are too, by the way. This place is fantastic.
Maybe will you ask them about what you're looking to find? Del, you had a name you mentioned?
I received a name from some research,
Well, maybe
if that's what
maybe
you're
he knows
referring
something.
to.
Yeah. Maybe he knows something. Fairly clearly knows a lot of things. Maybe too many things.
We shall endeavor to find out.
Well, don't compliment him too much. Maybe call the tea cold or something while you're there. For me,
Why
of
would I do
course.
that? Oh, I see.
No reason. So I guess should we wait outside? I'm not waiting outside of their place. Is there something that we want to do while you all are having tea?
I could teleport atop them, unseen, and spy. Seems against the
What?
spirit of the thing, though.
Yeah. I thought we were supposed to be like not doing that. You know, at least right
I'd
now.
like to find out where that assassin came from.
Oh, maybe we could talk to, because this is the Lord Jocelyn, right? What
So
if
we're having lunch with the other guy and tea with Jocelyn.
Oh, sorry, yeah, T.
Yeah, we're
So
meeting
maybe we
both
could.
sides today.
Yeah, maybe we could talk to the son of Lord Jocelyn, Haskell. Maybe he's a separate person we could find and talk to, while they talk to the Opta. Elmer. There you go. I knew it was an H. Anyway, there are other people we could talk to besides Jocelyn, so we're not just waiting around.
Remind me, what was up with the Soligan hunt crown?
So that was the name of the figure
That was a person who was
in the
amulet.
necklace that the
Right.
lady had. Obviously, they are a hunt crown, and
They're dead.
dead, right? So because it was basically a prayer necklace.
Mhm.
So probably dead some time ago, since she mentioned that it was her grandmother's necklace before it was her mother's.
Where would I be able to look up the history of that person in town somewhere?
Yeah, so there is for sure going to be a place in town, like a local archivist, a local royal archivist, who maintains the history of Arabel, as well as having some of the broader duties of a royal archivist for all of Cormyr. All of the major cities would have something like that.
Well, perhaps
you
I'll look
thinking
into
of-
that. Yeah.
Did I
that
tell the armorer that I'd bring somebody back with me? I feel like I did, and I can't remember now.
No?
Okay. Obviously, I'd like to pop by it before lunch and then go do the other stuff.
I feel like you did say something about that, but I can't remember what it is either.
I don't recall anything like that.
Yeah, me either. So Corthynd, like, I guess, do we need to worry about Jocelyn and that conversation going sideways? Like, it doesn't sound like it would.
No.
I just don't want to leave in a lurch if
It
something
would
did happen.
be very poorly thought out of them to attack a Knight of the Realm when I was there for tea.
Okay, so we're safe to leave you all alone then?
Yeah, and he's probably not even the bad guy.
There may not actually be a bad guy, right? Like,
Probably Corlidor did it.
you can't trust teenagers, you know.
Okay, so we've got a plan. It sounds like we're gonna have lunch with Escroll, tea with Jocelyn, and then some of us will go talk to this archivist.
Yeah,
Sounds
seems like.
right
Well,
to me.
I mean, sometime during the day we'll probably have to see if Fowl is alive.
Well, I was gonna drop. We gotta drop by and give this food to them. We'll see if
Speaking
Valerie.
of, your waiter comes by with your to-go order. And
Thank
also
you.
lets you know that your bill will come to 31 silver florins. Silver falcons.
31?
31.
Oh, you can convert that
Florins. I
into
was like,
gold.
did we slip into a different country here?
Whoops.
Three gold and 1 silver. Is that what it is?
Yes.
I'll just pay for it because
Oh,
it's easier.
Oh, that's very generous. We should arrange for someone to reject her from a meeting every day and get all of our food paid for.
How about we stop bringing up the point of contention?
Ah, that's no fun.
Yes, I did not say let's stop having fun. I said stop being annoying.
It's
I'm
okay.
never annoying.
It's okay, though. It's not the first time that someone's expressly disinvited me from something. Plus, Corthynd gets to hang out with me all day while you guys, or not all day, while you guys get to have tea, which
Yeah,
just means I
joyful.
have plenty of opportunity to get him back. But I appreciate it. So let's head back to Kaelen and Fallon.
We should follow up, yes.
I want to see if I could get a Cormyr Gazette on the way.
Yeah, not a problem. It does cost a silver piece here.
Yeah, not a problem. Pay for one. Read it as we go inside.
I'm gonna re-up myself on that because it's been so long.
Yeah.
Wait, which one's the newest one?
Ah, Zooth's knickers.
oh.
As he reads the first article.
Don't think
Is
I
it the
actually
30th?
published it for you guys in-game yet. I'm doing that right now. But
Oh.
It's on the Cormyr website.
The website
Gazette website.
does have it as well.
Oh, that's where I read it. Yeah, I was wondering, like,
He smacks
fact,
the page
In fact, I didn't even
with
bring it in-game
offense.
because I decided to just use the website from now on because it's easier.
Damn the
But I don't
Tunlins.
have that linked.
It is pinned in our channel.
Something particularly troubling for them.
No, only good for Cormyr. Only good for Cormyr and only good for Garrison.
Oh, I see.
This damnable group has made some headway into calming the Tunlins. Though there is still a chance he could fail spectacularly. That would be terrible. Just terrible.
You sound... I don't know. Is it terrible?
The words are correct. His tone is questionable in the highest degree.
You really got a hang up.
He tried to
this,
steal a muffin.
I mean, to be fair, I kind of think that just says the muffins are really good.
Yes, but they weren't for
It's a
him.
compliment. Okay. Anyway,
Young
Veronica rushed up.
young
Go ahead.
Kelthric or Baskers getting more influence at the royal court. Troubling. What do you all think about the concern over the Queen's heir? Or lack thereof, as the case may be.
Is she sick?
No. But she has yet to give issue.
Well, the line of succession is important. So if something did happen to her, if you don't have an heir named, then you could easily like
Have the
end us
same
up in
problem,
like some kind of war.
but for the whole country instead of one town.
Yeah, basically. So at least naming one would be stability. The question is why hasn't she?
Unfortunately, it's not as simple as naming a preferred successor.
Why not? Like, she's the queen. She can set whoever is next in line.
Cormyr is very blood important.
There are relatives, aren't there? She has relatives.
There's at least, 3 of them? Probably more.
And who's to say, like, if it has been in the past, who says it has to be that way in the future?
The court? The people who will go to war over holding
Out of
the
character.
throne?
For those of you who are very up on history, there are prophecies relating to the dragon throne and the fall of Cormyr should an Obarskir not be sitting on it. But they're just prophecies, so who knows?
Yeah, that's absolutely what Del is.
I just wanted to feed that to those of you who have high enough history to take notice of that.
Do
Most
I have
likely-
enough history to know that?
Obviously not, since you asked the question, and that's okay.
Snap!
It's totally
Got
okay.
'em.
Most like the dragons would return and want their lands back.
That would be the probably best case scenario.
Just because some old person says, ooh, this thing could happen, doesn't mean that, ooh, this thing is going to happen.
Doesn't mean it won't.
You do
I've-
realize that prophetic magic is real, correct?
Pretty sure you could probably find someone that would prophetically magic some other version of the future that best fits what they would like to see. I'm just saying, history's not written. Or, well, history is. The future is not written.
It is not. And Perhaps I come off as somewhat dismissive of the Queen's choices, but there is valid reason for some to have concern over the lack of a named heir.
Cassian's sister's in this issue. Or, well, a defender of hers.
Who?
A friend of ours that was in the group before you
Kaelen.
joined.
Are you showing her the article?
Yeah, I'll show that.
So
article.
he's talking about Sea Silver scandal, heiress disappearance sends shockwaves through nobility. If you read that one, Apollo, the name that's signed at the end of that letter to the editor will mean something to you.
Minerva. Oh, that's the
Yes.
lady that
She
Mouth.
was. Remember when Mira stayed with you? Minerva was her assistant, basically, and she stayed with you for a while. She, in fact, stayed on at your house after Mira left, and is the one who told you to flee.
Apparently, you have someone who agrees with you, Corthyndahast, about the integrity of the paper. Oh, am I lagging?
No, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Did we lose Rob?
I thought Rob said something and I couldn't hear him.
We might have lost Rob.
Maybe.
He's like 6'2". How hard is it to find him?
There he is.
Sorry, the dog was barking.
Got it.
No worries.
Yes, Minerva is a
Ro-
friend of hers. It's good to see somebody taking that inkwell to task. I should write in a letter.
Boy.
Why
What would
would
your
you
letter be about, Corthyndahast? You've used too many small words in this article.
I would myself be worried that Inkwell would make some edits before he published it.
I don't know. I think Inkwell is a respectable cat. Misinformed, but respectable.
Oh, wow. That's actually pretty even keeled. Like, I was expecting you to, degrade his, or his Inkwell boy or girl.
You haven't met
We
Inkwell,
know.
so you don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Inkwell's a cat.
Oh. Inkwell.
I mean, he's a Tressum, so...
Okay. Anyway, I was expecting you to, insult his character more. It's good to see that you're,
Just because
A little
you
bit
can't
nicer?
tell the difference between a noble and a non-noble doesn't mean he doesn't have journalistic integrity. Just bad eyesight.
Maybe you should come back during dusk. Cats see better at dusk.
all right.
There's a thing in here about the Tilverton Scar.
What's that?
A place up in the Stonelands.
Remission from the Queen.
The Queen mentioned it.
Oh.
Any useful information? Or simply...
The expedition there ended in disaster.
Well, that's optimistic.
All members of the research team are presumed missing.
Are we close to that?
Not really. It's like one of our objectives. We'll go up there,
Okay, that's what I thought.
but we gotta leave
You know,
here.
the main quest in the next zone. We have to finish this zone first.
I only do the mainline quests, so. We should probably get this food to Kaelen and Val, otherwise it's going to be cold.
I assumed we were walking across the street as we were talking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Oh, I've always wanted to do this. Fig like darts upstairs and just opens the door to Kaelin's room and goes, "Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey!"
Ah, yes. Val, I'll nudge him. You ready to eat now?
It's porridge. It'll be easy on your tummy.
We'll just roll up and sit on the edge of the bed and... Yeah, he's not gonna say anything.
Oh, poor Val.
Oh man, he's a broken man.
More for me, and I'll start scarfing stuff down. Kind of right in front of you. It's just like greasy and dripping all over the place. And probably looks really bad to you. Thank you. Oh, this is great. What is this?
Eggs and bacon.
Goblin meat? Goblin
Yeah.
meat.
Like real goblin? I've never eaten a goblin.
I don't
think you
know.
want
It
to
just
eat
said
a
it
goblin.
was goblin eggs. I didn't even know goblin lays eggs.
Val, we brought you some porridge. Are you gonna be okay to walk someplace for lunch later, or are you like?
Sure. Thanks. He'll take the porridge.
Oh my god, which server has decided now is the time to just constantly beep? Oh, I see.
Yours.
The DM is sabotaging me.
No. They were talking without me. I was just contributing. Carry on.
Ah, Corthynd, you got the new paper, huh?
I did. It's the same old drivel. Some interesting things about the area we're headed to next, but you can look at it if you like and pass it on to Kaelen.
Yeah, I'll grab it with like really greasy fingers and start flipping through.
The disrespect.
The wait, what? What disrespect?
The fishing in Tazir. I've been following this from last paper. It seems like a big deal. A lot of folks missing.
Is that close to here?
Nope.
We can't solve all the world's problems. Not that kind of game.
You know, I've also been reading about this Gary Oakshield fella. Maybe his crew can go out and help those folks out.
Let's see, I get one use of Burning Hands for free.
He is currently
Corthynd was talking about.
also covered in grease. You know, he might be particularly vulnerable at the moment.
He doesn't need his hands.
I think he has a.
Yeah, he's
thing
not like a monk or anything.
for this dude, because he does not shut up about him when he comes up in the newspaper. I tell you.
He's a hack.
I don't know. He solved a ghost story last time. Maybe he could help us.
Absolutely not.
So
For the
what's
good of Cormyr, Corthynd.
Did someone said the lunch thing while you were in this room, right? Like going to lunch. I thought
Oh yeah, we got a letter. Fig. Well, Fig got a letter.
Yeah. And you got expressly uninvited to tea. I'm sorry.
Oh, such a shame.
I know, the tea. I was so looking forward to drinking it. Guess we'll have to drink something else.
As opposed to spilling it on the ground and breaking the teacup.
Hey, now that was just one time.
So, to catch Fal up with what we know. We spoke with Bonar. He gave his permission, so legally, we're perfectly fine. He was assassinated by a fire knife. And he does not know if Jocelyn has a valid claim for head of house or not.
That's great, guys. Just tell me where to stand and where to put the moonbeam. I'll try not to fuck that up.
Hey, you didn't fuck anything up. You just have to try again. That's okay.
Maybe with an actually good guard this time.
Oh, we got your shoes. We brought them. Corthynd, where's his shoes?
They're at the end of his bed.
Okay.
Oh,
Just wanted you to know, like, we didn't lose them.
thanks.
Oh, and a ghost. A mission of the ghost, Corthynd.
Ah, there was an attack on the inn last night. A ghost, apparently, came through a window upstairs.
Oh, that
And
was
tried
real?
to kill the lady, right? Was that what I heard? There were screams.
Potentially. Or she summoned the ghost. We have
What?
conflicting responses.
I don't.
I missed that bit.
Oh, I wasn't there. Never mind.
One of the
Yeah.
patrons believes that the woman that was in the hallway caused a window to shatter by throwing a glass at it, and then it shattering the opposite direction.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
Indeed.
Did we talk about that dude? That's suspicious. Well, anyway, we have a plan to go to lunch with Escroll. We have, well, some of us have tea with Jocelyn. And then while those folks go get some tea, the rest of us, well, some of us at least, can go talk to a archivist to see about this ghosty thing. Del, since you and Fig are going to chat with Jocelyn, this archivist person might know something about your name that you have? Do you want us to ask about that? Or do you want to maybe stop by separately?
I may step by separately.
Alright, fair enough.
I
Well,
need
that's the
to
current
go
plan. Oh, go ahead.
Visit the armor smith before we do luncheon.
Oh, okay. Maybe we do that first then.
Sure. I don't need accompaniment, but I wouldn't mind it.
Well, maybe we all meet back here, Fal, if you want some more like recovery time. And then we just all head over to Escroll's for lunch.
That's
I'm
by
supposed to
me.
pick something up too.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
come with us. Best way to recovery is to walk it off.
Who do you need to pick stuff up from?
It doesn't matter.
How are we supposed to get you to the right place if it...
It might
It's just
matter,
down the street.
considering last night.
All right, so we're gonna go pick up Foul's thing, Fig's thing. Is there maybe some sightseeing we can do before lunch, and then go to lunch? Sound like a plan?
Unless Fowl is going to really object to having such a big group go everywhere.
Fig's just kind of looking at Fowl, concerned that she thinks that he's getting more drugs that almost killed him. But she doesn't actually say anything about it right now.
All right. I didn't hear any naysayers, so get dressed, Fowl. And Kaelen. Kaelen, you dressed? Yeah, you're dressed. You're eating food.
Interesting sort of logic.
Because he said he was going to work out, right? So.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm dressed. We're good. I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick, and I'm gonna reach and like close the door behind me and lock it. And I'm gonna just take a closer look at that ring, and just, are there any specific markings on it that signify it's potentially owned by Bayless?
Oh, that ring. Make an investigation check for me. Also, the lock doesn't work in the toilet right now.
We broke it open.
Does it
Oh,
have a
that's right.
door right now?
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
I couldn't remember if I broke the whole door or just...
No, just the lock. And Dell technically broke the lock.
No, that was something else. I kicked the door in.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
broke the lock to the
The crypt.
crypt.
Oh, you're right. Well, you shattered the frame a little then. Yes, it does have the Bela crest on it.
Alright, cool. Put it back in my pocket for safekeeping. That's it. And head out.
We're going to get in so much trouble from that.
He's just currently lucky Fig doesn't know it's there.
It's all right. Veronica will cover for you.
How?
Lies and deception.
Anyways, Fig will just go straight off to the armor smith, and whoever wants to come with her can, and whoever doesn't want to come with her doesn't have to.
Oh, but I thought, is the armor smith closer than Foul's thing? I thought his was just down the street.
Are we all going together?
They're
I
both
thought we
just
weren't.
down the street.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Both
let's go
places
do-
you are going are in the same area.
All right, fair enough.
Convenient.
Group trip.
I guess we all head out. Veronica will ask the same question that Corthyndahast asked us, because I don't remember him answering it when we were walking in. What do you think about the naming of the heir thing?
Think she should get on with having heirs.
Having heirs? Oh, you mean like kids?
Yes.
That's usually how.
The other alternatives are not acceptable at the moment, so make some of her own.
Veronica's rolling her eyes.
That's generally how it's done.
Yeah.
So you guys make your way south to that same collection of shops that you went to yesterday. Who wants to go first?
I think the armor is closer, technically.
They are pretty much equidistant. You have to go around a corner to get to Noble's Trinkets, and the armor is across the street, so pretty much the same distance. So it's just a matter of who wants to go first. Because I assume you're
Joe?
splitting up.
Gotcha. Yeah. Sorry. I was thinking it was the Dragon's Forge. All right. So I'll just walk over towards the noble thing, and whoever follows.
Yep. So who's going with Val?
Yeah. I'll follow with Val.
Okay. So you guys
Yeah,
make your
I'm
way
following
in.
Val.
You guys make your way in and find yourselves in what looks to be a jewelry shop with plenty of trinkets on display, rather beautiful pieces, large gems, small gems, silver, gold, all of the above, all cut pieces.
Veronica's going to be browsing.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's plenty. There's none that you can touch. They're all behind cases, of course. But there are probably about 30 pieces on display right now. A very large amount of wealth is clearly visible right now. And as you head in, Val, the lady behind the counter looks up and says, "Oh, you're back. Did you want the piece? Are you ready to take
yeah.
it now?"
I might as well.
"Sure. Just give me one moment." And she touches something to her left underneath the counter and then goes through the door in the back.
Activated the closed circuit TV system.
A moment later, she comes back out with a small red box, velvet-lined box, and sets it down on the counter, beckons you over, and opens it. And inside, you see a delicate silver chain gleaming in the light with intricate links forming a graceful arc. At the center, the brilliant star sapphire she showed you has been affixed, its 6 rayed stars seeming to dance, surrounded by a constellation of smaller diamonds and rubies. Will this do?
I'll just look for a second and close the box. Sure. Thanks.
Of course. Is something wrong?
No.
Well, I'm sure your friend is going to love this piece.
Yes, sorry. You did great work.
Thank you.
He'll just pocket it and walk out.
Veronica's going to elbow him. So, what'd you get? What'd you get? Is it pretty?
You want it?
Well, I gotta see it first.
I'll just hand her the box.
Well, I didn't really want it. Val, what's this for? She'll open it and look at it.
Make an investigation check.
It's
It's very pretty. Your mom would have liked it.
Veronica will run after Val. Val, I can't take this, and give it back to him. What's it for?
Nothing. It's a waste.
And what was it supposed to be wasted upon?
Someone I can't talk to anymore.
Who?
Eileen.
The artist lady?
Yeah.
Why can't you talk to her?
I'll just stop. Like, look at her. And just like kind of hold his arms out.
I see a working mouth, 2 legs.
Did we split up or am I here?
You split up. You're in the armor with Kaelen.
Okay.
Apparently, everybody went with.
Kaelen didn't. Kaelen's with Fig.
Okay.
All right. Here's the deal, Val. And Veronica's going to loop her arm in with his. We can talk to her together.
It's no use, Veronica. Just...
Maybe not today. I think you probably could use a shower.
Is this because the ceremony didn't work?
This is because nothing works. I can't change.
You don't need the gods to change, Val.
Definitely not Priest of Torm.
Doesn't change. It doesn't change my own limitations.
Listen, you win some and you lose some. And very clearly there was some losing some recently. But that doesn't mean that you can't win some too. Let's get through today. And Veronica will slip the ring box back into his pocket. And then let's talk tomorrow. And if you feel the same way, I will take this delightful ring off of your... What is it, a ring?
Necklace.
This necklace off of your hands.
You know, a neck ring. I think those are called
Not to be
cords,
I mean, he's not wrong.
Not to be confused with a wrung neck.
Meanwhile, Fig, you head into the armors.
Yes.
And again, there are plenty of pieces on display here. Lovely looking bits of armor. And there's a boy behind the counter as you step in, and he looks up and says, "Well, can I help you?"
Yes, I'm Dame Hawklin. I'm here.
Oh, you're the
You must
knight.
have sent me a message. Yes.
Oh, here, let me go get him. And he heads into the back. Master, the knight's here. Oh. A moment later, the burly figure of the shopkeep comes out. Dame Hawklin, welcome back.
Thank you.
Have I got a thing of beauty for you?
Well, I'm excited.
I hope you will be. You'll need to take that armor off. I know I lent you some. You got to take that off.
Yeah, she will begin doing that because obviously she has to give it back.
Right. So go ahead and remove the chainmail and the plate from your sheet. Both of those are no longer relevant. Now, if I could get you to stand right here, and he motions to a square box in the middle of the store that's about half a foot high.
All right, she'll go stand on it.
Now, young master, are you a friend of hers?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Just checking out the goods. This looks like a nice shop.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Fig just
Not
kind of
those
gives
goods.
Kaelen
Penguin's
a
goods.
look like, what?
Not those goods. The goods. They're in the shop.
Her squire, then, perhaps, or
No.
No, he's
will you be
another
helping her with
venturing
armoring?
company.
I am a part of her adventuring party.
Oh, who
Mostly
helps you
just
with
here
putting
to-
your armor on?
Well, I can help out a little bit.
Excellent. It's very important
She's
that you understand how this new armor works.
Oh, does it not work the way other
Nope.
armors work?
Very different, this. Look the other way, if you would, Dame Hawklin, and I'll show your squire here, your friend here, how this works.
All right, she looks the other way and closes her eyes.
He holds up to you a pin that looks like like a badge, basically, that looks like the shield of Cormyr. Just go and put this on her chest. Touch it and say the word honor.
All right. Go pin it to your shirt. Touch it. Honor.
Immediately, Fig, you can feel as this badge that's been pinned to your chest expands outward, like pieces of plate just shink, 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 until you are completely covered in plate armor.
I'm Iron Man.
Pretty much.
Well, that doesn't look comfortable, but it looks badass.
And you now have
Pig's just like, oh.
Cormyr and Corchyr's badge, which if you click, if you click to roll that, it will activate and deactivate.
Will it? Because it... Oh, I guess I better put it on.
No, it should have also equipped and unequipped for you, so it didn't work. I'll fix it.
Okay.
It was supposed to do that. I tested this with Rob.
Mm-hmm.
She is just, like, clearly speechless.
I think Corthyndahast will get a kick out of that.
It's amazing. Oh, Master Smith, you have outdone yourself. Thank you so much.
There, try now.
Nope.
You click to roll the badge?
Yep. Oh, there's a... Oh. I wasn't looking at chat. I didn't realize there was a dialogue box.
Yeah, there should be a dialogue box every time that you'll have to click.
I got it.
So yeah, there you go.
This is full plate armor?
It is full plate armor that is perfectly fitted to her. And which she can turn back into a badge at any time. How's that? Seems to fit you.
Oh, it's fantastic.
And I thought, what with you being a noble lady and all, you might have to go to some events where they don't like armor. But there you go, you've armor anyways.
I couldn't have dreamed of better armor. Thank you.
Of course. And thank you, and the crowd, of course, for paying.
And obviously, I will be happy to sing your praises at the excellent craftsmanship anytime anyone asks.
Thank you. I would appreciate that.
She kind of just stands there for a second like she's trying to restrain herself and then just gives him a hug before she leaves.
And he just hugs her back. Go on then, go save the world or whatever it is you lot do.
One little bit at a time. Thank you.
Of course.
She also, because she's in an excellent mood, pass the apprentice of gold on her way out.
Mm-hmm.
No, sheet, not 300 of my... Just one.
And is there anything I can get for you, sir?
Fortunately, I'm, bound by some magical thing to not spend money, so I'll have to come back another time.
Oh, all right then.
So as they're going out, she to Kaelen is going, did someone curse you and you can't spend your money? What's happened?
Something like that. I got this weird conscious person talking at me.
Is it Corthyndahast?
Yes.
He's not going to tell you what you can do with your own money.
Well, that's true. If I had any money left, that Karuthic leg is gonna hopefully turn into something to help us. But I'm definitely hurting. Walt is very light.
Well, I'm sure we'll fix that soon. I intercede here. Oh, Sealy. She would give him money, but she also paid for a huge chunk of that Karuthic legs, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys come out to see Veronica slipping something back into Fal's pocket, basically. And now you're all together again. Yay.
Fig is going to come rushing out and go, oh, wait, hold on. Is the deactivation the same as the activation?
Yep.
Okay. She's going to come rushing out and be like, guys, watch. And she's going to wait a little bit to make sure everybody is watching. And then she's going to put her hand over her badge and go, honor. And it's going to do the Iron Man thing.
Wait, do you have it on now and you're saying honor? Or do you
Yes,
not have it on?
it is. I have it on. And I'm causing it to retract into the badge.
Oh, okay.
You should actually do that. It changes the weight and everything.
Oh, you're so proud of this.
Mm-hmm.
This is amazing.
I have no idea how he did it, but it's amazing.
Is it magic? It's gotta be magic,
I suppose
right?
it has to be. And then she looks to Corthynd like, is it magic? Look at me with your special eyes.
Okay, I take 10 minutes looking at her with my special eye.
He just leers at you for 10 minutes. Obviously, it's magic.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, Iron Man, I don't know. Maybe it was some kind of techie fantasy thing.
I mean, sufficiently advanced technology, etc., etc.
Yeah. But there's steampunky things.
It's like a very limited and specific bag of holding.
That's super cool.
Is the badge the bag of holding, or is the armor the bag of holding that's holding me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right. What time is it now?
Like 9:30 in the morning.
Okay. So we've got some time till lunch. Do we want to investigate any of the other areas that were ghosty? Or anything else? Sightsee?
We could go outside and wander around till we get into a random encounter.
Wander through the tall grass.
There's got to be some bandits we can relieve of their stolen property.
I guess we'll just go around. Maybe there were other ghost sightings, right? Maybe we should just go check out one of those.
Were other ghost sightings? We were told about a few of them.
The cemetery was one. The
But I feel like
house.
The one place a ghost is acceptable at is a cemetery, right? So.
No, they're supposed to not be awake. They're supposed to stay, sleeping.
Fair.
We could go back to the... No, never mind. Veronica will say never mind.
Is there magic we could use to track them?
I mean, I could walk around town with my detect magic up, hoping to see them, but...
That doesn't seem like tracking.
I mean, maybe Garrison Oakfield can help us track. Can you send him a message and ask how he tracked his ghost?
Why don't we go to the archivist now? We could just go now. That way Del can ask his questions, and then...
Can I cast Phantasmal Killer on Kaelen?
You can.
I probably shouldn't.
Del, do you want to... we could just go now, and that way you can ask your question?
Yeah, I mean, we could try.
Well, we've got like 3 hours, right? So...
But how long does it take to get around the town?
That's true.
It takes like 30 minutes to go across town.
I mean, at the very least, we could go and find the person and make sure that they actually have an appointment that we can meet them during.
That's true. This is a much bigger town where we can't expect everyone to just always be available for us.
I mean, we can, but that's clearly
but that hasn't been
for us.
working out very well.
It hasn't worked out for us.
Del, are you okay with that?
I have a feeling that there are several people in this party that expectations of what they can expect and the reality are often not aligned.
Yeah. To the archivist. Do we know where this person is?
You have no clue.
to some place that can tell us where they are.
The
Well,
town
let's
just
look up-
have like directories posted like it's a mall.
Yeah,
We go to the mayor. The mayor.
you are here.
I
right?
sincerely doubt the Lord Mayor should be bothered with such things. Maybe the town hall.
Maybe that, like, yeah, maybe we just go to talk to someone there and just say, hey, we heard there was an archivist. Can you point us in the right direction?
I'll
Yeah,
just
let's
point
do
back
that.
to the inn. Maybe the innkeep. Those places in town.
Oh, yeah, that works too. We stop by there first.
It is on the way to the town hall anyways.
All right, let's stop
That's
in
true.
there then.
While we're walking, Fig's gonna sidle up to Fal, like she thinks she's being sneaky, and ask, "What's your favorite kind of fruit?"
What's the stuff in our rations?
She just kind of gives you the scandalized look, like she clearly didn't mean dried, nasty fruit. Also, what is the stuff in our rations?
I mean, it's
Probably
pemmican.
cherries.
Or raisins?
Probably raisins or cherries or some dried berry of some kind.
Mango.
So she takes
Or
a piece of the
raisins.
pemmican out and kind of looks at it for a minute and is like, "What about when it's fresh?"
Don't know. I don't know what this is.
Well, that's a cherry and that's a raisin, which is a grape, but sadder.
Raisin tastes better than grapes, though.
Oh, it doesn't.
Hard disagree. I speaking as someone who likes raisins,
Depends on the raisin, depends on the grape. You guys make your way back to the
Yes.
inn. Oh, go ahead.
I guess grape is my favorite fruit.
okay.
Mine too. Veronica will lean in.
Really, I thought you would have gone for something more exotic, like pomegranate.
It was a joke.
Oh.
Wine's made out of grapes. You know
Most of it
this.
is.
Your
That's-
family makes wine.
That's very true. You can make wine out of other things. I know somebody who makes it out of honey.
Oh yeah, but they don't call that wine, right? No, they don't.
It's kind of doesn't matter. It's just good to know. Thank you, Fal.
You guys make your way back in, and the innkeeper is currently behind the counter reading a paper.
Veronica's gonna wave at the innkeep. I don't remember their name.
You guys
Innkeep!
never learned his name.
Okay, well, we must rectify this. Veronica will come up close and say, "Oh, and by the way, excuse
Lady
me."
Dracohorn, yes, how can I help you?
Yeah. I didn't catch your name.
Oh, well, I didn't throw it, so I'm not surprised.
Hey.
You are so funny. What's
My name is Baron.
Baron?
Baron.
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 Okay.
Barn.
Baron?
Oh, like Brit?
No, like Baron.
Baron. Okay.
Baron.
That is a very
Baron.
Baron.
Barn?
Baron.
Oh my God. I'm going to kill somebody.
Baron.
Yes.
It's a very nice name. We are
Thank you.
looking for, of course, an archivist in town. We believe that there is one, or a place that keeps records.
The Royal Archivist?
That would be excellent.
Gwynaira. She's, next to City Hall, there's a a library that she keeps. Access is restricted, but I imagine as a what was it of Cormyr, you should have no trouble getting in.
There you go. All right. Baron, you have been incredibly helpful. I was actually curious, have you heard of any of the ghost sightings outside? Because we just had one recently here, right at the end.
Just
Have you
last
heard of
evening.
any other? Yeah. Have you heard of any other ones in the area?
Oh, well, neighbor across the street had one. I think the Percolating Pixie saw one about a month ago. They've been everywhere.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So we've got some other.
Do they always end in broken glass and damage like last night?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It seems to be varied as to what's going on, but I admit I haven't looked into it. I'm not much of an investigator.
Yeah, no worries. We're just curious of the other sightings. So we were just headed in to see if you could help us find this archivist. So we really appreciate your help. And
Of course.
To City Hall, next to City Hall.
And off you go.
Unless Val, did you want to take a shower? Real quick.
I'm fine.
Oh, Corthynd, maybe you can rest to, like, magic-y him clean.
Yeah, I start systematically prestidigitating Hawklin as we walk.
As annoying as that is, you probably do feel better clean than not.
All right, we're headed to City Hall. Or
Well, the
next
Royal
to
Archive, which is right across from City Hall.
Right.
Yep. And you guys make your way there. And let's see here. Yeah, so you guys make your way to the building. It is a kind of a tall building, sort of narrow and tall, but not a little understated, as it were. And make your way up the steps. The doors are locked, but you do see the seal of Cormyr on the door, along with a marker that says it is the Royal Archive.
Veronica will motion to Corthynd to, like, knock on the door.
I will knock on the door.
You knock, and a few moments later, the door opens, and an elderly woman peers out. Maybe not elderly, late middle age, graying hair. Where did I put her? Here she is. She's wearing a lovely brocade gold and red dress, and she has a monocle on a chain around her neck. And she opens the door.
Oh, there.
Yes.
Sorry.
Gwenera?
I am Gwenera, yes. And you are?
Corthyndahast Tanthul, War Wizard. I was hoping I might have access to your expertise.
Of course. How can I serve the War Wizards? Won't you come in? She opens the door. And your companions, are they?
My adventuring party, much obliged.
Ah, I think I've read about you in the paper. Please, come in. Be careful, though. As you all enter, you see that she's got this massive library. Even just the first floor is a just cluttered with books and scrolls and papers and everything. And I mean, it's well organized, but also there's a lot of projects clearly that are in the midst of being worked on. There's pens everywhere and ink everywhere, and it is well-contained chaos would be the best way to describe the room. and there are definitely not enough seats for everyone. But she invites you all in and closes the door
Corthyndahast
behind
makes his
you.
own.
Fig will stand if she needs to.
How can I help you?
Corthyndahast will find an empty spot of floor and just stand in the air there on his floating invisible cushion.
Mm-hmm.
We were attacked last night by perhaps this ghost that's been going around.
Ah.
And a young lady who may or may not have been the target of the ghost had a locket with a funeral prayer to Soligan Huntcrown inside.
Soligan Huntcrown. Fascinating.
And I wanted to know more about the man.
Well, give me a moment and I shall look. She just kind of looks at you all for a long moment thoughtfully. Yes. And then she turns away and starts climbing up a ladder and pulls out a large tome from about 15 feet up, makes her way back down. Let's see, Huntcrown, Soligan, and starts thumbing through the pages. Ah, yes. He was a minor noble in the esteemed Huntcrown family, approximately 120 years ago. Oh, it looks like he died... Oh, actually... Ah, I see. Yes, he died some 132 years ago, it seems. Was buried here in Arabel.
Is there any reason why funeral prayers may have been bandied about for him? Was he particularly popular?
Oh, well, he was a knight, and he was well-liked, it seems. Yes. Funerary. Oh, you know what? This may be of note. You said you found this funerary amulet upon someone?
Yes, they said it was their grandmother's.
Yes,
Or her mother's.
That would do. Well, you see Soligan's grave. I'm sorry, Soligan's wife, Theresa, was buried next to him, and her grave was robbed. Perhaps it was hers.
Interesting. He strokes his beard. That could be a good enough reason for a ghost to go hunting.
Oh, you don't think all these ghosts are the same, do you? There's far too many sightings for it to be a single ghost.
It depends on how much was taken from the grave.
I suppose.
Have there been a spate of grave robberies lately?
Not that I've read about, but you would need to ask the Lord Mayor. I am not the keeper of the graves.
When was her grave robbed, do you know?
During the Abraxas affair.
What was taken?
Well, I'm not sure. There's not an archive of what was in her. She wasn't noble, you see, so it wasn't tracked as closely as it should have been, but we know that it was broken into and some things were taken.
Do ghosts often haunt people who steal things from their grave?
Sometimes.
Huh. Maybe that's a good way for us to figure out what's going on. Maybe we can get Corthyndahast to fake steal something out of a grave.
I'm not going to... What? No. Grave robbing is despicable.
Well, we
Indeed.
already had this conversation.
What was his wife's name?
Theresa.
Theresa.
Goes up the stairs.
He's like, got his notebook out writing this stuff down while he's... You have an excellent library here.
Oh,
I'm
thank
quite
you.
jealous.
Well, I do what I can, but of course the Crown funds most of it. I am merely a caretaker. Thousands of years of history. Mostly Arabel's.
Reminds me of the
Veronica will-
library I used to work in before the
Oh,
city dropped on
yes.
me.
Oh, you can only mean Mithranor.
I was a scribe there.
You were a scribe in Mithranor.
I was.
Fascinating. Would you care to go to lunch sometime?
I would be delighted. Unfortunately, today I have a meeting with House Bala,
Tomorrow,
but
perhaps?
tomorrow.
Why don't you come and find me around noon?
That would be excellent.
You're free for tea today.
Oh no, I'm very busy during tea time. It's the only time I can get any work done.
That makes sense. Everyone else is too busy having tea to bother you.
Precisely.
There is
Veronica.
one other issue. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine.
No, you were going to do something before, so...
No. As Veronica was just gonna elbow Del. Ask her your questions.
Oh, that's what Corthyndahast was also going to talk about. There was one more issue we were wondering about.
Yes?
My associate, Delryar Tammarast, had a name he was interested in finding more about.
My Lord Tammarast?
I understand that your records are primarily around Arabel, but would they maybe include notable magic users over the ages?
Potentially. Depends on how influential they were and how much they impacted the region of Arabel. You'd be better off looking in the library in Cormyr, in Suzail, of course, although I understand they were robbed recently, so who knows whether they have what you're looking for there, but...
Understood, but since we are here, it doesn't hurt to ask.
Indeed, and I am happy to help.
And he'll pull out the orb and say, "This is a not insignificant piece of their enchanting ability. The armor, or the shield that our purple dragon wields is another.
It shoots lightning.
They seem to have gotten around, but
So
the
a
name
craftsman.
is Mirikep Esconorth.
May I see the orb?
Mhm.
And she takes it from you very gently, reaches up with her monocle and inspects it. Yes, I see. Offers it back to you, turns around, grabs a notepad and a pen. Would you care to write the name for me? Or I can write it if you prefer. I'll need you to spell it, though.
If I might. And he'll gesture to a inkwell.
She'll offer you the pen.
I didn't think the cat was here.
He's a cat. He's everywhere.
True.
Except where you want him to be, then he's not there.
He'll write it down to the best of his ability, considering
And she
it's not English.
looks it over a moment, considers it. I'm sorry, you said this was an enchanter, spellcaster of note?
To the best of my understanding at this point, yes.
Fascinating. Do you know what language this name is?
Honestly, do I know?
Let me check.
I mean, I've studied Draconic fairly, but when I got the name, I don't think it was indicated.
It wasn't. Do me a favor. Make me an intelligence check. Let's see if you can put it together.
Do I get advantage on this because of my...
Yes. You do not. Oh, advantage? No, you do not.
Yeah, advantage did not help. It is not of a dialect that I'm familiar with. I would venture a guess that it is not human in origin.
It is not. You're very correct in that. Well, you see, it is probable that, Yip-Yak, Glav, the language of dragons. Do you know Glav?
A touch, yes.
A touch, yes. Probably Yip-Yak, which is the most common dialect spoken in these days, especially by the kobolds.
Actually, Glav on my shirt.
Yeah, so Yip-Yak is a dialect of Glav specifically. But you see, there are two others, Tavern, which you might also be familiar with, but this is neither. This is Old Wormish, one of the most ancient forms of Draconic. It's at least 1,000 years old. Properly, it would be spelled like this, and she takes the pen from you and rewrites it using the Lokaric runes.
That certainly stands out as Draconic a bit further.
Indeed. I'm afraid I don't recognize the name on sight, but it's certainly possible. If I find the time, I'll be happy to look through the archives and see what I can locate on your behalf. Or if you are willing to engage me financially, I can put aside some of the current projects. To prioritize you?
And what would that cost?
Well, it depends on how long you'd like me to search, and how long it takes to search, but realistically, it would cost you about 5 lions per day. I'm afraid the services of the Royal Archive do not come cheap, but you would have my full attention, as well as I would send a letter to the archive in Suzale seeking additional information. On your behalf, of course.
And completely worth the cost. I'm not hesitating on that.
Do you need any help with the funds, though?
No, it's more of a debate on how long of a time I should...
May I make a suggestion?
By all means.
Engage me for a 10-day, and then decide again after that if it's worth continuing.
That'd be 50 gold, right?
Correct.
And this includes an inquiry to the...
Of course, yes. Well. If I'm honest, I'll probably write the letter even if you don't pay me, because I am very curious.
Yes, I think the 10 days sounds reasonable.
Excellent. Is there anything else I can help you with? Any other matters of local politics or the like? Local history?
Can you actually provide the ancient Draconic language name. in chat.
Old Wyrmish.
With a
Yeah.
Y.
Okay, there we go. Thank you.
And
I mean, you don't. Sorry, go ahead.
and Yokaric is the name of the written language.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, you don't happen to know anything about the Bala
Oh,
contention that's going on.
oh, but I do. Of course I do. I know about all of the noble families in Arabel.
Oh, do share.
Well, what would you like to know?
Well, it seems like Eskrol is the natural heir, but Jocelyn.
Yes, you would think so.
Jocelyn. Do you know, like, why Jocelyn would feel entitled?
Well, because there was a document which stated which he is entitled to it.
A document, huh?
Indeed.
You know what it said?
Almost.
It was a document which was registered here at the behest of Belnar.
In person, then.
Well, I believe so, but I didn't accept it myself. I found the document when I was urged to look for it. I presume my predecessor or one of my associates must have accepted the document, but it named it named Jocelyn as the heir.
How did we did we verify the
Yeah, we talked to Belnar.
authenticity?
He
Yeah,
said
Belnar didn't
no.
know any reason why he would be there, so that's not correct.
Well, Veronica will ask her.
I have a
how do
copy
you
of the
know-
document here if you'd like to see it.
That would
Yeah.
be excellent.
Right.
Jocelyn has taken the original for himself, of course, but
Of course.
yes, just a moment. She closes the book where she wrote down Meyer's name and then goes and hunts through some nearby scrolls, pulls out a tube. Oh yes, here it is. And she lays it out, and it is indeed a full document that looks like the will and testament of Belnar Bala, in it naming Jocelyn Bala as his successor and heir.
Has Eskrol and the other side of the family seen this?
Well, yes, they claim it's a fake.
How do we know that it's not?
Well, you would have to prove that it was forged or inappropriately registered or something of the sort.
Can I take a look at it and see with my with my
Elf
calligraphy?
eyes?
Can I do like a calligraphy?
Calligraphy
supply
supplies?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
check.
It'll
to
be
see
an
if it looks-
intelligence check with calligraphy supplies.
Okay. Can I use my inspiration?
You may. Good roll, 22. Ba-dum-bum-bum. So this document is a copy, so it's possible that this won't exist on the real. But something about the signature seems off. But you would also need like copies of other works by Belnar to confirm that.
Do you have any other copies signed by Belnar?
Of this document, no. But I do have some other edicts and whatnot.
Yeah, if I could take a look at those. This looks a
Certainly.
little strange.
She pulls out a couple others, offers them to you.
How do they look?
Make another calligrapher supplies check.
Now that I know what he's doing, I'd like to assist.
Okay, you can have advantage. With an 18, you can tell that these do not have the same indications of... So what it kind of looks like is the pen was held in a place for too long, as if somebody was copying. On the other hand, she did say this is a copy, so that may just be an artifact of it being copied. But it looks like somebody was copying the signature, not signing it properly.
How was this copied, if you don't mind me asking?
Ammonusis.
What?
Excellent. A very, very wonderful spell. Perhaps one of the best spells there are.
Of course.
Magically and perfectly copying documents.
That means this is not the right signature.
That's
Sorry?
correct. This
I
is not
verified it
Delryar's
myself.
signature.
Look here, and I'll kind of point out what I'm
She
seeing.
puts her monocle on and leans in. Oh. Oh, there's hesitance here in the upstroke. Oh, why didn't I catch this before? That's fascinating. She picks up one of the other pieces and compares it, picks up a third piece and compares it, goes back to the claim and compares it again. Well, it's possible he was just having an off day. One does tend to hesitate when writing their own will and testament, but that is unusual at the least.
When was this
Registered?
filed? Yes.
Let me see. And she goes and fumbles through some other books, finds a ledger, skims through it. Ah, yes, here it is. Chess the 13th of last year.
How long before his death was that?
Oh, almost a year. It's Chess now. He died, was it 2 months ago? I believe it was 2 months ago.
Could someone file this without him knowing?
Well, not with his signature, no.
You said it may have been filed with your predecessor. Was there
yes.
another archivist recently?
Yes, I was away on sabbatical last year at this time.
Are they still available to be talked to?
Oh, well, I presume so, but you'd need to go to Suzail. They were on loan from the Crown while I was away.
What was your predecessor's name again?
Oh, his name was... Give me a minute.
That's an interesting name, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Shu?
The proper middle name is wait for it.
Give me a wait for it minute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, his name was Tharn. Goes by Inksleeve. But Tharn is his real name.
An archivist who's getting ink all over their sleeves, isn't it?
I believe it was something of a joke. He got ink on his sleeves when he was much younger, regularly, and was mocked for it.
It can take some time learning past that stage.
Indeed.
Okay. Anything else you can tell us?
Only that I'm very curious now, and I hope you'll have a chance to ask Jocelyn about this.
Coincidentally, we have tea with him today.
Well then, perhaps
Fortunately,
you can bring this up at the time.
those of us who are skilled in the ways of the written word are not attending.
Oh.
Well, I suppose
We
Del, you're
do have
actually-
the information.
While
a
you're
book
having
person.
tea, I could descend to Suzail and see if we can find anything more about this Tharn.
You're just going to go to Zazael?
No, send off ascending.
Oh, I thought you said descend.
That's what I heard.
Not quite at that level of magic yet. Give it time. I do anticipate one day being able to pop around the cities of Cormyr as just walking through a doorway.
That
In the
sounds
meanwhile,
really
I've an investigation to get on to now. If there's nothing else, I'll see you tomorrow for lunch, Master Wizard.
See you then.
Excellent.
Thank you. You've given us some very good information.
And thank you. You've given me a fascinating mystery to look into.
If you do find something out about that, we'd be keen to know. We're trying to put an end to the strife and
You mean the
issues that are going
Balas?
on in the streets.
I'm not
We just
looking
don't want
into
this
that,
spilling
sir.
out.
That's your job.
Thankfully, I think she's
Reasonable.
given us quite a bit to work with today.
Enjoy your afternoon.
And you. And she escorts you all out.
Wait.
Yes?
So I got this fantastic book. Corthyndahast bought it for me by this author. I think his name is Volo. Do you have anything else by him?
Volo?
She's
That
in
hack?
the library.
Oh, a hack. He's not a hack. His book is insightful.
I'm sure it is.
Thorough.
But no, we
think
don't keep
that's-
Volo's works here at the archive.
And I don't think they're a lending library, usually.
We are not.
Well, maybe I could find the name of the book. But whatever.
I thought they were all called Volo's Guides to Place.
Usually.
I only have the
We can
one.
go back by the bookseller and see if they have more Volo's Guides.
I'm asking the librarian that's in front of me. Librarians
She's
know
not
all
that
of the
I
kind
am
of
not a
librarian.
librarian at all. I am a royal archivist.
That's the same thing.
Ugh.
Okay, we're leaving. I'm so sorry. What kind of fruit do you like? I can send you muffins.
Thank you, but muffins get on the books. No. Go and have a wonderful day. Please.
Thank you for your help.
Please.
Sorry.
Go.
Didn't mean to
Go.
insult you.
Oh,
I think
I
is
cannot
gently
take
hurting
you anywhere.
Veronica out of.
Just the
I
two
can't
of us for
believe-
lunch, please.
I don't know why she'd be so upset about
Wow.
being called
Veronica's getting
love
uninvited to
librarians.
lunches everywhere.
I mean, I was just curious.
People.
I haven't-
Fig to Kaelen. People who put a lot of work into a specialty tend not to like to be confused for another specialty. It's like if I came up to you and said, "Well, you're just a street brawler, so."
What's wrong with that?
I feel
Okay.
like that is a bad comparison, Figwyn.
Yes, he
Knuckles
is just a
very
street brawler
stand-up
after all.
guy.
What's the difference between an archivist and a librarian? They both take care of books.
Librarians
And
let
if-
other people borrow them and are there to facilitate their learning. An archivist hoards learning like a dragon.
Well, what did she do? She helped us. She looked up some books and information. I feel like this distinction is a little bit of nonsense. Like, I'm going to call myself something super, fancy sounding, but really I just do the same thing in the library does.
I mean, I can just call
Do
myself
not-
royalty because I grew up in a royal household.
No,
I
noble.
do not understand how you're
Sorry,
so
no,
good
no.
at this and so bad at this at the same time.
It would be like calling a wizard a sorcerer.
They both do magic. What's the difference? What does it matter?
It's like saying your lovely, well-bred riding horse and a wild mountain goat are the same thing because they both have hooves.
I feel like that might be crossing a line. They're completely different species.
So are sorcerers and wizards, I promise you.
Alright, fair enough. I didn't mean it as an insult. Like, she clearly works with books. And she was really helpful. So I just thought maybe... Never mind. Alright, where are we going to next? What time is it? Are we ready to go for lunch?
About 11.
They don't mind if we come early, right?
We should probably get over to
That side of town, at least.
is it House Bala? Are
Yeah,
they the ones with the
as-
apartments, or is the other faction?
No, Jocelyn's the one in the apartments.
Okay, well, we're not too far from House Bala then.
Are we close to the bookstore? Could we get Veronica another Volo's guide
Bookstore
before we
was
go?
in another town.
Yeah.
Oh, is there a bookstore here?
Probably.
No. The Veronica doesn't want. She's already clearly embarrassed the group enough about this book. Let's just go to the House Bala.
Volo's Guide to Interacting with Common Folk.
The problem is that Veronica is incredibly charming and incredibly not wise. Apollo plays her wisdom 9 so well.
This is
She
like
really
that
does.
time
Honestly, so good.
they let the 2 8 wisdom wizards do their own shit.
Yes.
That did not end well, by the way.
Anyways, so you guys are heading over towards House Bala. You'll get there about 11:15. You've still got about 45 minutes to kill.
What sites are near House Bala?
There's a park. There's the cemetery, which is currently open.
Clearly for us, the cemetery is open whether it's open or not.
This is a different cemetery, right?
No, this is the same one, right? I thought it was.
Yes, this is the same cemetery.
Okay.
Maybe we could do a little stroll.
There are some shops. There's some taverns.
What shops?
There's a place called the Rusty Quill, Thornbury's Threads, Gilded Horn.
Is the Rusty Quill a bookstore?
You don't know.
Can I look in the windows and see if it's a bookstore?
You look in the windows. It looks like a Scrivener's store.
Oh. She's going to peer in the windows and be like, I didn't even know there were that many fancy pens made.
Yeah. There's a place called Whispering Winds, Ironheart Forge, the Speckled Hen, which you can smell. It is a bakery.
I would
Fig's
totally
going
go
there.
be eyeballing.
There's an
window
apothecary.
shopping.
There's a tavern.
No, Fig's going to the bakery.
Yep. Okay.
Can we? Veronica will ask the group. What if we go to the cemetery while it's open and we ask the groundskeepers if any graves have been robbed recently?
Why would we do that?
Well, there might be. It's interesting ghost theory, you know.
The last thing we want to do is ask them to look and see if any graves have been disturbed.
Fig.
Because I don't know if you remember, but we did that.
Okay.
Fig.
Yes.
She has cinnamon griffin rolls, honey oat scones, cloudberry tarts, dragon breath chili bread, moonberry muffins, chocolate chimera cookies, elderflower lemon
What
cake, savory
is a
herb
moonberry
focaccia.
muffin?
Do you want to try and find out?
Yes. Fig would like to go in and see what a moonberry muffin is and possibly buy one and devour it because
That'll
she
be
can eat
2
endlessly.
thumbs, please.
Which color's thumbs?
Copper.
Thank you. She will pull them out happily and hand them over because muffins!
Yep. It is a soft and fluffy muffin studded with deep purple berries that have a slight silver sheen. And as you bite in, you realize that they are, in fact, blueberries that have been painted with silver dust. Edible silver dust.
Oh, how charming.
Wait, does Veronica get a muffin?
Do you want a
Can I
muffin?
have a muffin?
I didn't
It's 2
block
thumbs.
the way into
2 thumbs per muffin.
What's a thumb?
Copper.
Corthyndahast
Veronica wouldn't know.
How much could a
What's a muffin
cost?
cost?
What could it cost? 10 golden lions?
Oh, Lord. Corthyndahast is going to head to the cemetery.
Sure. Let's actually, though, it is 8 o'clock, so why don't we take our break here? And then we
That's
will
a
I
good
have
idea.
to pee so
Sounds good.
bad.
pick up with the cemetery. And we're back. All right. So, Corthyndahast was heading to the cemetery. Are the rest of you doing anything for the next 45 minutes? Or just eating muffins?
I mean, I'll run in and get a muffin, but I want to go to the cemetery too.
Yeah,
Okay.
follow
Yeah,
Corthyndahast.
I will definitely go to the cemetery.
Ironically,
I'll catch
Dell's
up.
going to take a nap.
Dell's going to take a nap. Okay.
Wait, where? In the cemetery?
I'm kidding.
Oh.
Watch out where you take a nap in the cemetery. You never know.
All right, I guess we're all going to the cemetery after Corthyndahast.
You guys make your way into
I'm
the
good.
cemetery.
Wait, how much was the muffins?
2
2
thumbs.
copper?
Veronica's going to give him a silver.
He will give you 8 thumbs in return.
Oh, man. Okay.
That's a lot of thumbs.
I mean, you could
Why
tell him
would
to
he
keep the
try-
change.
You
Yeah,
might even
Phil.
say
Hey,
that
animal.
she's now all thumbs.
Thank you for the muffin. Actually, she'll buy 2 muffins. How much is that?
4 thumbs.
4 thumbs.
Ooh, is there a grape thing?
2 times 2 is 4.
I do not see a grape thing.
All right, well, it doesn't matter if I just say keep the change. So I have 2 muffins. Veronica will hand a muffin to Kaelen.
Aw.
Oh, thank you. Just like old times.
Yeah.
All right. You guys make your way into the cemetery. There are a few people wandering around, not many. You do, however, notice that there's a bit of a commotion over by the Bala mausoleum
Oh, well, we're not going
Okay.
over there.
in the form of 2 knights.
Like little knights or like big knights like me?
They are wearing the tabards of the Purple Dragon Knight. The Order of the Purple Dragon.
Why wouldn't we not go over there? We're perfectly. This is fine.
Best to let them do their job without interference.
Well, I'm looking for like a gravekeeper or somebody who's like in charge of the cemetery.
There is a small a home attached to the cemetery in the back.
Let's head there over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over there.
Okay. You guys make your way over. It's an older house, but reasonably well maintained.
Knock on the door.
It's a few minutes pass before you hear, "Coming!" You see through the windows an older gentleman descending the stairs. He makes his way to the door. You can see he's not exactly dressed for the day. It looks like you might have caught him napping.
Ah.
He's got graying hair, kind of a comb-over vibe. Silver blue eyes. He opens the door. Yes?
Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, that's all right. What can I do for a war wizard of Cormyr?
Do you keep any records here at the cemetery itself, or would those be elsewhere
Records?
regarding
No, that would be the job
disturbances
of
in
the
graves?
archivist. You're looking into the Bala matter, are you?
Actually, I was more interested in a disturbance about 126 years ago.
Oh! Ooh. That is some time ago. No, I'm afraid I don't keep records. You would need to speak with the archivist about that. My job is merely to dig the graves and ensure they're not disturbed.
Okay, thank you.
Have there been any disturbances recently?
Yes, just last evening, someone broke into the Bala mausoleum.
Oh, wow.
Oh, how unfortunate.
Any other ones?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, that's good.
I was interested in Teresa Huntcrown.
I can show you where the Hunt Crown Mausoleum is, but...
It's probably closed.
Well, all of them are, unless family has come to visit or there's someone being interred.
Well, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I'm sure we can...
For a war wizard, I can open the door.
That would be good, actually.
Yes, give me just a few moments, then. I'd like to put my breeches on, at least.
Of course.
Did
hesitates. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Veronica's gonna whisper to Kaelen, you could just open the doors for us?
Yes.
He,
Would have made things a little easier.
hesitates as if he's not sure about whether to invite you in or not, and then just wait here.
We'll wait out here.
Leaves the door ajar and heads in back up the stairs. It's about 10 minutes later, he comes back down, dressed.
So we got, 30 minutes now?
About that. Dressed in, largely in black, or at least dark grays. And he's got a very heavy ring of keys on his belt. Right, Hunt Silver, you said?
No, Hunt Crown.
Oh, Hunt Crown. Yes, Hunt Crown. This way. He makes his way into the cemeteries, towards the various mausoleums. Let's see, yeah. That one's Rondo, and Bela's over there with the knights, and I think it's this one. Ah, yes, this is their symbol. And pulls a key off of his belt and tries it. Nope, okay. Pulls another one, tries it. Nope, that's wrong as well. It's one of these. Yeah. Takes him maybe another 5 minutes just going through keys before he finally... Ah! Here we are. Turns the key and pulls it open. And now I'm afraid your friends will have to remain outside, Master Wizard, but...
Not a problem.
Loud frowning from Fig specifically, but she doesn't push it.
Is there any sign of disturbance near the entrance? Like maybe some grave ash?
Make an investigation check.
Around?
Not that you can see.
Darn. Okay. Well, go inside.
And he follows you in, and it looks honestly very similar to the Bela mausoleum that you were in last evening. I mean, it's, just a large open room with several niches in the wall for putting dead people. Now, you mentioned a name.
Yes, Teresa, wife of Falaghard.
Teresa Falaghard. And you said it was about 120 years ago?
The break-in was during the Abraxas affair.
The Abraxas affair? Oh, that was some time ago. You know, much of the city was repaved since then, but, well, if any bodies are still left, they would have been likely moved to the back by now. This way. And he leads you through a small door in the back of the mausoleum into a room that is designed to store many coffins. Mostly, stacked on top of one another. Clearly, these are the more ancient deceased.
Right. The storage area after, you've had your time in the limelight.
Yep, exactly.
Long-term storage.
I mean, you gotta make room, right? I'm afraid I don't know which one would be her, but probably one of these.
Skirbo, see if you can find anything useful.
Yes. He flies off your shoulder and starts skimming through. Can you make an investigation check for Skirbo?
Let's see if I can.
He has advantage. He flies through, flies back, flies through again, flies back, lands on your shoulder. I found it.
Excellent. Lead me to it.
It's somewhere in there.
You didn't actually find it, did you?
Well, there was a lot of flesh that I was smelling, and it all smelled very tasty. Old, though, jerky-like.
Okay.
I could eat some of it. It might help me with my search.
No. None of these. You do not have my permission to eat any of these bodies.
You're no fun.
I did say any of these bodies. I didn't say no bodies.
You're still no fun.
I'll look myself.
Make an investigation check. You do not find it. Meanwhile, the rest of you are outside. Time is a-passin'.
We should probably start to head over to Escrolls just so that we're not late.
Well then, we're going to have to do this later.
You can't hear them. That's way too far in.
But I do know but we don't have a whole lot of time.
Yeah.
I can't just start questioning random bodies, so I may have to come back if I can't find what I need elsewhere. Thank you.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
It makes sense that they wouldn't be near the front, given
It's
how long
also
ago.
possible that they've already cremated her. Eventually, that is what they do.
Corthynd! Let's go!
Oh, sorry for getting you out for nothing, but it was nice to know where the location is.
Of course. If you need anything else, don't hesitate to come find me.
I will. Thank you. Your expertise is valued.
Thank you.
Come along, Skirble.
Come along, Skirble.
And we make our way out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty much noon now.
Time to go.
Yep. Head over.
Zoop, 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 zoop.
Takes you guys about
It's just right next.
5 minutes to
Who's
wind your way
gonna
out
do
and
it?
get over to House Bala.
Again, too.
And you reach the door, or reach the gate rather, and the guard there looks up. Much obliged.
That we are.
A few minutes late, but I'll take you right in.
Thank you.
And he escorts you in.
Rob, that was your time. Say the phrase. You said you were late.
Oh.
A wizard is never late, nor is he early.
Yeah,
He
I
arrives
get
precisely when he means to.
But Corthynd has never said he's a wizard.
As you
Other
enter
than War Wizard, which is a title.
the grand foyer of House Bala, you are struck by the opulent yet somber atmosphere. Rich tapestries depicting the house's history adorn the walls, their vibrant colors muted in the dim light. Crystal chandeliers hang overhead, their soft glow reflecting off polished marble floors. The air is heavy with the scent of old parchment and burning candles. You're led through winding corridors, past stern-faced guards and whispering servants to a study at the heart of the estate. The room is generations of noble lineage visible on its shelves, lined with leather-bound tomes, display cases housing ancient artifacts, and a massive oak desk dominating the center. There's a table there, nearby, just large enough for maybe 7 or 8 to eat at, round table. And it is there that you see Escrol Bala, and I have his picture somewhere for you. Honest, I do. Where are you, Escrol? Here you are.
We haven't actually met Escrol yet.
You have not met
either.
him.
No, we've only met Corlidor.
How do I... Hold on. I'm struggling with systems. Here he is.
System is a down.
Boom. Escrobela. His youthful face etched with worry lines well beyond his couple 20 years, perhaps, and he stands as you enter and guides you in, gesturing to the table. Welcome, friends. I'm so glad you could join me for lunch.
Sorry for the lateness. Entirely my fault.
That's all right. I know you're busy and conducting important investigations in the city. My younger brother informed me all about it. Please, will you...
I thought he was his uncle.
Join me.
No, the deceased
Is he
is their
younger
uncle.
brother?
Corlydor is
The man
his
who died.
Corlydor,
Right, okay, right. Okay.
Right.
Corlydor is his younger brother.
Yeah.
Is Corlydor here, or is it just Eskel?
Eskel's the only one in the room right now, other than the guard who escorted you in.
Yes, it was unfortunate that we had to meet your younger brother in that manner, but it's a good thing we did.
Yes, I'm actually grateful to you for that, for defending him and my cousins as well. It's good. Please, take seats. Lunch, please. And a few moments later, as you guys all are settling into your seats, the doors open again, and in comes maid carrying a lovely, fresh, early spring salad, along with bottles of wine. She pours wine for all of you, and then makes her way out. Please, don't hesitate on my account. Dig in.
Thank
Looks
you.
lovely.
Fantastic.
You have a wonderful brother. He's been very kind and informative.
Yes.
Very lucky.
And unfortunate for him that he lives in such terrible times. I worry for his innocence and his youth, being spent on such horrible affairs as this.
It spoke well of him to try and break up that scuffle.
He's always been a dreamer. Prefers peace to war, kindness to indifference, generosity when he can.
What do you prefer?
You know, I might like to think like my brother, but the world doesn't always work that way. Unfortunately. I try to think of myself as a practical man, but if I'm honest, these past few months have worn away at pragmatism in the face of necessity.
Were the branches of your family close before all this happened?
Helmer was my best friend.
Do you have any idea why the sudden change?
I know that Jocelyn claims he has some document which Uncle Balar signed, but I don't believe it. It must be a forgery, but I can't prove it. I know only that
What makes
Uncle Belnar never mentioned it.
Corthynd, she's like, am I supposed to say something about that?
Subtle head shake.
what makes you think it's fake?
Well, I grew up with Uncle Belnar. I was groomed to be his heir from birth, effectively. His wife couldn't bear children, and so when my father did, it became assumed that I would be his heir. 20 years of learning how to be the next Lord Bala. I can't see him throwing that out the window, and certainly we had no reason to. We were very close, my uncle and I.
How was your uncle with Jocelyn?
They were friendly, of course, but never was there any particular relationship that I'm aware of. Jocelyn was on the council. I don't know.
What council?
How?
Sorry, what council?
The family council, of course. I don't know how it's done in your family, Lady Dracohorn, but in mine, the Patriarch has the final say, but he is advised by the eldest members of the family.
Who else is on this council?
Well, of course, Jocelyn was, but, where's my list? Oop. Sorry. Jocelyn was, and, Bran recently removed himself. He's gotten quite old. Jared has taken his place. I imagine Bran's daughter Jansra would be offered the opportunity, but she probably has not taken it. And of course, Shalice is on it.
Is the council in charge currently while this heir...
The council has no authority. They're merely advisors, so no, I am in charge, or at least I'm in charge of the affairs that my cousin has not stolen.
Motion to Fig, go ahead.
I need to roll insight to see if Fig figures out that this is
Go ahead.
allowing her to talk about it, because she's not very smart.
But since you called for the roll, you get to decide what it means.
Oh, well, she's going to kind of look at Corthynd, slightly troubled for a little bit, and then say, what if we were to say that we could prove that the document was a forgery?
That would likely go a long way in discrediting his claim, but even proving that it's a forgery, I'm afraid this has gone on for some time now, and...
When did it all start?
When,
Immediately after your uncle's death?
at the very 10 day, Jocelyn announced the letter. Elbert found it, apparently, with the archivist Quinera. I don't know the details, but what I'm always been curious about is how Elbert knew to look.
Which one? Sorry, your family tree is vast. Which one is Elric?
Elbert is Jocelyn's younger brother.
Also, I have a parrot cat.
If you'd like, actually, I thought it might come up. I did prepare a copy of our family tree for you.
That would be helpful.
Very helpful.
Doesn't go back forever, of course, but several generations, enough to keep track of all of the living members of the family.
Either Jocelyn or Albert have had access to your uncle's signature to study it.
Well, all of us have access, certainly. There are numerous documents in his name.
Out of curiosity, is there anyone that is more friendly, or maybe Jocelyn is more friendly with, versus you? Like, is there someone that would stand to gain from this conflict in Jocelyn's? I don't know.
You mean somebody who stands to gain from Jocelyn taking power?
Yes.
I'm afraid I can't think of any. I mean, certainly there are individuals who are in Jocelyn's favor that might gain here or there, but nothing on the scale that would motivate this sort of thing that I can think of.
Is there anyone that would benefit from the Bala's strife in general?
If I had the answer to that, I would probably know how to defeat my cousin's claim.
Fair enough.
Did your cousin list grievances with your rule?
None, except that I'm younger than him, and he believes that a more experienced Bala should be in charge.
But is not willing to trust in your sensibility to...
I offered him to be an advisor still.
Exactly.
Promised that I would listen to him keenly.
Do you have any reason to suspect somebody might be tampering with his ambitions magically?
I wouldn't know, but I will say that he's made some weird pact with Velsharoon or something. I suspect he's behind these ghosts.
Really?
Why?
Well, just things I've heard. Nothing in specific.
El Sharon.
We don't
Who's
have
this?
anything specific or otherwise right now, so if you were willing to share, that would help us, I think.
It's just rumors. Dame Hawklin, I'm afraid.
We ran into one of these ghosts.
Did you?
Or rather, they ran into our window at our inn.
Huh.
Wait, who's El Sharon?
Velsharoon. He's the god of
Velsharoon.
necromancy.
Oh.
Hmm. What would he to gain from these ghost sightings?
Well, if he's behind Belnar's death...
You suspect him of killing your uncle?
I have no reason not to trust my brother's claim that a ghost was in the room with him when he died.
There's
don't
another
suspect-
furtive glance towards Corthynd from Fig.
I don't think it was a ghost.
Then you doubt my brother.
I don't doubt that he heard something, but I don't think it was a ghost.
Then what? There was no evidence of intrusion. Signs of a scuffle, yes, but none that we could attribute to anything physical.
Did you have a mage look over the room?
My Aunt Charisse did, yes.
Therese is the priestess of Torim, yes?
No.
Okay.
No, that's
sorry.
Amara.
There's so many names.
Yes, and he reaches over to his desk and picks up a scroll and offers it to you. It is that family tree that I just posted.
Charisse. Charisse is just unassociated mage, huh?
She is the daughter of Landrin and Maith Rallyhorn.
Yeah. Okay.
Third generation on this chart.
Somehow the tree has made this harder.
It didn't even pop up for me. Where?
It's in the campaign. The
yeah,
Discord.
I couldn't get it in.
Sorry.
I couldn't get it in game because it's too.
Oh, because it's like that.
Yeah.
She didn't find any magical signs of the undead?
No, but there was. There was a little grave ash in the room.
Do you think they're doing all of those?
Could be.
But why?
Does your aunt have the ability to speak with dead?
No. Not that I'm aware of. I admit I'm not entirely privy to her powers, but she is a member of the Council of Mages in Cizail.
Is that where she is now?
Yes.
A lot of answers to this seem to be in Cizail.
I did write to the Queen in the hopes that she would send relief for this issue.
Well, congratulations on that count. We are relief for that issue. He's contemplating how much he can tell. Did none of the priests offer to speak with your uncle?
They did. We did. But that
did?
was... Well, that was before Jocelyn's claim.
Ah.
So you spoke to your uncle after he died, but before the claim.
Yes.
Convenient timing, that. Did you find any...
Only that he was attacked, that it was unexpected, that he had no regrets.
But not that who attacked him?
But no. He said he didn't know.
Wait. Didn't the priest of Torm say, like, how come they had a priest of Torm, like, instead of the other person? Wait.
It was a friend of Bonar's.
It was a friend of my uncle's, yes. He's
Didn't
the one
you say that it was
who performed the questioning.
Causes, though?
Are you with them?
When the questioning was performed. Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, natural causes. Yes, that is what we wrote officially.
That makes sense.
All right, that's the hole that I was looking to plug.
Yes. We were trying to avoid scandal.
That's fair.
And yet it seems to have found you all anyways. I am sorry for that.
Indeed.
Fig will look at Corthynd and just kind of very subtle nod, which of course is not that subtle for her, but she's trying.
Veronica will ask, well, we're here to help. How can we help?
The best thing that could happen is for someone to convince Jocelyn to relinquish his claim. And to support me.
Do you have an invitation to tea this afternoon?
Even if you have proof, as you intimated, that the document is forged, as I mentioned, much damage has been done by this rivalry, and I fear that any demonstration of proof of forgery will only raise ire and cause further disagreement, unless Jocelyn himself willingly throws in behind my cause.
Out of curiosity, is Jocelyn, like, it feels like the damage that he's doing with this claim, he has to feel some kind of justification, or is he, I guess I would like your perspective on Jocelyn. Is he a greedy person? Like, why?
I would not have thought so before, but of course he does have a large family.
Does he have any reason to believe they wouldn't be provided for, even if he's not head of the house?
No, but consider, if his claim is validated, if he became the next Lord Bala, Helmer, his son, would be his heir. Landris, his grandchild, would be heir after that. He's even got Garth, a spare.
And you have no issue yourself?
None yet. I'm not even wed, though I am looking.
Yeah, Corthynd looks over to Veronica.
Veronica will give him the biggest evil eye, like...
Oh yeah, we're trying to help this guy, not get him into worse situations.
How dare you?
I am confident that the document, the will, is a forgery. We're looking into getting that verified now, but I once was a professional scribe, and with my associates' help, pointing to Kaelen, or motioning to Kaelen, we identified that the signatures do not match. The archivist, wow, my eyes just like
Verified.
went unfocused. Gwenira is trying to further verify what we found. Perhaps we can see the original document, but since it would only prove it was a forgery, I doubt Jocelyn would be willing to do so.
Well, I don't need
Yeah.
to tell him why I want to look at it.
But we need to understand Jocelyn's motivations behind this, because, like, at the end of the day, we need to convince Jocelyn of whatever. Like, we need to understand why. And Eskril, it sounds like you don't know. It sounds like you don't know
I
the
truly
motivation
don't.
other than, yeah.
Prior to Belnar's death, I would never have expected this from Jocelyn, but to be fair, I have laid up at nights wondering whether I should capitulate. He does have issue. He has proven that he can provide for the family.
Well, if we humor that thought, what stops you?
As you've... Oh, sorry. Go
Only the belief that this is what my uncle wished. That this is what's best for House Bala, no matter how much Jocelyn says otherwise.
Also, he's throwing the family into disarray. Like, very clearly, his judgment is off. Like, he's not even explained himself to Eskril. The clearly line of succession, like...
Oh, well...
I would question his judgment.
You say that, but he does have this document, and thus, theoretically, if he believes in this document, if he truly believes that this is true and not this forgery that you claim it is, that I believe it must be, I mean, perhaps it's me throwing the house into disarray.
I have a
It was
out of left field question for you.
Yes.
Are there any like ideological differences between you and Jocelyn? Things that are maybe your views about Cormyr in general.
I don't know. We've never really discussed it.
I'm sure.
Suppose...
Have you read the papers about the Queen and the lack of an heir? Curious about how you feel about that.
I am keenly aware of the need to produce an heir myself if I am to be Lord Bala, and thus I read those articles with perhaps an air of self-reflection. I do believe the Queen must provide issue in some way. The future of Cormyr depends on it. But I am loyal, and if Her Majesty has not deigned to share the plan with me, I must trust that she has one.
Well, there's an idea. You need an heir, she needs an heir.
I don't think that would... I mean, she's lovely.
Surely that would result in House Bala belonging to Jocelyn anyways.
See? Easy solutions all around.
I don't think we have that kind of pull.
Jeez. I think we're putting more pressure on Lord Bala than necessary.
He does look a little uncomfortable.
Will be...
Has...
Oh, I was going to say, I would be candid. I would be concerned if I were in your position that Jocelyn not only knows about the forgery, but knows it's a forgery because he's the one who arranged for it.
Well, it could also be this younger brother, Albert. So,
He's the one that knew about it.
Albert knew about it, yes.
Yeah.
It's possible Jocelyn has no real idea that it's a forgery.
Right. So if we can convince him that it's a forgery.
Yeah. But what would change for Albert, should Jocelyn be, other than...
Well, nothing. Albert would be the spare to the spare. To the spare.
Unless he had plans to put himself up the line a bit.
What, killing all of Jocelyn's children?
Nah.
I find that unlikely.
But he was the one that found.
As far as I know, he's the one that brought the document to Jocelyn's attention.
Okay. Yeah, that's suspicious to me.
Did he go to the archivist with that intention, or did he happen to find it looking for something else?
I'm afraid I don't know the details.
According to the archivist, he knew where it was. Went there with the intention to bring it to
it makes sense that the archivist would have the will of Belnar.
Right, but it doesn't make sense that only Erland would know where it is and that it's there.
More that he's the one who thought to look for it.
Hmm.
I never thought to look for it myself because I thought I knew Belnar's will. And frankly, I didn't know he'd written one explicitly anyhow. Most don't. And he died unexpectedly, so it's not like he was looking forward to dying soon.
Has your...
I assumed succession would take place as usual.
Not on the record, and I won't hold it against you if I have. Has your family had any dealing with the fire knives that you're aware of?
The assassins from Westgate?
Yes.
No. Why?
Well, you have now!
I'm not at liberty to explain how I know, but I do know that your uncle was assassinated by a fire knife.
Whoa, we're sharing a lot.
This is not public information yet, so I would appreciate it if you don't tell too many people. Obviously, there are certain people you may need to tell.
But the grave ash.
Either that is a feign, or all of these ghost sightings are fire knife sightings.
That unlikely. Dear Lord, if there are that many fire knife sightings, that would be...
Or one fire knife trying to make everybody think that they're ghosts so that the assassination goes unremarked.
I suppose if the grave ash were false, then... but
having
we saw no sign of intrusion.
Having been the target of a fire knife assassination attempt myself, they are very slippery.
All they need is something that can cast what? Misty Step. Or that one that you do, Corthyndahast.
Dimension Door. You don't need to see the location to get in that way.
Dimension Door. Shalice mentioned that as an option, but said that there would have been a scent of brimstone.
Will that linger, you think?
Fire knife. Strange.
Well, suffice to say, we're on the case. And
thank you.
We will figure out What's going on?
I know that I don't know you all well, but at least according to my brother, you have the Queen's approval and the Lord Mayor's. Is that true?
We do, yes. It was the
The
Queen
Lord
that
Mayor.
suggested we come this way.
And the Lord Mayor has endorsed us for specifically this task.
Right. So, I will not claim to follow your orders as if they were writ, but should you come to the conclusion that it would be best for House Bala, for Arabel, and for Cormyr that I step aside, will you please inform me so that I can consider it?
Of
Rest
course.
assured that at least for all of us, we are most concerned with the good of Cormyr.
That is good.
But anyone willing to forge a document to get to the position is not someone that I would recommend for the position. If he has anything to do with it, which we don't know.
Even if he doesn't, I don't know. It feels like he's caused enough. Like, I wonder if Jocelyn would be just as considerate. Well, I guess we'll figure it out.
His reaction to finding out it's a forgery will be what determines that, I think.
Yeah.
This is going to be the most stressful tea I've ever been to.
Either way, you even suggesting that makes me it's commendable. So if you're at all doubt, I feel like that's, you should be less willing to give it up in the case of very clearly something is amiss.
It's clear you have the best view for your house at heart.
I hope so. Knowing what that is, difficult.
That's how it always goes.
I don't think there's anyone who can claim that they always know what the best choice is.
No, it is the royal magician's job to know the best choice at any given time. I could ask him if you'd like.
Would you?
The problem is he'd probably give me an answer.
Surely he would tell us to do our own dirty work.
I would value his counsel.
As an inspiring royal magician, I can say this. Do the best you can. Be truthful to yourself and to Cormyr.
These things I will
And
do.
never give up.
Never.
Never give up. Cormyrians aren't ones to back down.
Enough.
But we have been known to find a more tactically advantageous approach.
Trust yourself, Escrow. We'll figure out what's true or not.
Well, in the meanwhile, I thank you all for your time. Is there anything else I can answer? Any questions you have for me?
I heard there was an Aunt Vera? Vera?
Aunt Vera, yes, she lives here.
Where does she reside?
Here.
Here? Okay.
Going back to something you said earlier, why do you believe Jocelyn is in league with Velshrun?
Again, rumors only. And truthfully, nasty rumors at that, so I honestly shouldn't be spreading them. It becomes so easy to say the worst things of your enemy.
Well, I can promise you that we won't be spreading it. We simply want all the information we can have before we try to make any sort of judgments.
Reasonable.
Where are we at in the middle of dinner?
Lunch.
Or lunch, sorry.
Yeah,
Lunch.
it was these delicious salads. That is lunch.
Okay.
Just Veronica like, oh, salad?
Mixed baby greens with candied walnuts, crumbled goat cheese, and sliced strawberries. And a light
And
honey
I was
lavender
there
vinaigrette.
Until you fucking mentioned the walnuts. Why did you gotta put walnuts in it?
Because it goes.
It
Walnuts
does
are
not.
delicious.
Walnuts go with nothing.
Pecans?
What?
In a light honey lavender vinaigrette.
Sounds delicious.
Robert, walnuts are Satan's nuts, and I will not be dissuaded otherwise.
There you are.
Well, that's an evocative picture. Thanks for painting that.
That's how much I like walnuts, which is to say, in the triple-digit negatives.
Well, we appreciate you having lunch with us and all of the help.
No, the honor was mine. Truly.
Corthin, Fig, or no wait, Del, Fig, you all are probably headed over to speak with Jocelyn. I was
Third
thinking...
bell.
What?
At third bell.
What's third bell?
3 hours
Third
after.
block.
Yeah,
lunch.
bells are a way to refer to hours.
Oh, okay.
So it's
all right,
3
so we got
PM.
some time. All right, cool. That works. I figured maybe we chat up Aunt Vera a little bit.
I can
Yes, I
go
think,
find her for you if you'd like.
I think I'd like to get my head on straight before we go to tea
Actually,
also.
And he raises a hand and somebody steps in through the door. Can you escort these people to my Aunt Vera? Maybe she has some information for them.
Veronica will curtsy.
Actually, Lady Dracohorn, would you mind remaining behind a moment?
Sure. Delightful.
If it makes you uncomfortable.
No,
I can
not
ensure
uncomfortable.
Anyone else
At all.
is present to
No,
chaperone?
I'm good.
Well, we'll leave the door
Kaelen,
open.
will you stick around? Yeah,
Kaelen,
She's
of
very
course.
eligible.
All right, cool. Kaelen and I will stick around. You guys
Meanwhile,
wanna...
the maid offers to guide the rest of you to meet with Vera.
Why were we meeting with Vera? Out of character?
The great aunt of the family.
She's not the great aunt.
she knows
She's the
me.
aunt.
Oh, okay.
The great aunt is
She's just the aunt.
Shalise, who's in
Okay.
Suzale.
She's not. This
Okay.
isn't the mage. This is the other one.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I figured she might have
Victoria
some
wanted to.
information.
Yeah,
Veronica wanted to have a
Veronica's the one who wanted to talk
friend.
to her, and Veronica's the one that's being
Yeah.
asked to stay behind.
That's funny. Okay, well,
Well, you guys don't have to talk to her. I just figured, we've talked to both sides. Maybe an aunt who doesn't have chips in the game would be a kind of more neutral.
well, get your flirting done with escrow.
Oh, God.
I'll give escrow a thumbs up behind Veronica,
Like hiccup at Toothless?
like a smile. Yeah, exactly that.
Honestly, that level of awkwardness from Corthin just fits.
Can I punch Corthin on the shoulder as like
You didn't.
I
It was
walk
behind
by?
you.
Oh, okay, damn it.
All right, so the four of you are escorted out, leaving Kaelen and Veronica. And he just Kaelen kind of looks at you and looks towards the door, kind of indicating you should wait by the door.
Yeah, I'll go over there.
Lady Veronica. May I
Lord
call you
Vela.
Veronica?
Sure. Yeah, that's my name.
Wonderful. There are a few matters I'd like to discuss with you. Forgive me, I had very little time to prepare, but I did do some research. I have heard rumor that your father is looking for you. I'm not... What a lady does with her time is entirely her own decision, and I would not dream of supplanting your will, but I did want to inquire if you are in need of any assistance in that matter.
No.
Of course.
Out of curiosity, what assistance were you willing to provide?
Safety, if you needed it, a place you could rest without worry of looking over your shoulder. Or perhaps an escort, if you wish to return to him with company, so that he cannot merely enforce his will.
Veronica trying to think how she can spin this to get a free spa day. No. No. I'm perfectly safe. In fact, more than safe. I mean, who can say that they have a war wizard and a purple dragon traveling with them?
Of course.
Like, what could possibly cause me harm?
Of course. Which brings me to the next issue. And I don't require an answer straight away. I expect you would need ample time to consider. But as I mentioned, I am in search of a bride. And it occurs to me that you are of eligible age and quite lovely. And, if it would save you your father's intrusions, well, consider it, if you would.
Just for the low price of having babies.
Veronica will walk up to Lord Vela and pat him on the shoulder. You are a very dashing young lord, and I will consider your proposal and appreciate your concern. And her face is bright pink.
He also looks like a little red in the face as he's saying all this. If I may, can I write you?
I don't see why not.
Wonderful. Then perhaps something will grow of that, and if not, then friendship at least.
Friendship. That sounds amazing. I appreciated lunch very much, and your younger brother is very adorable, and your family is...
If I'm honest, it was his idea.
Interesting. Oh yeah. Okay.
But I'm sorry. I don't mean to malign you. You are beautiful, as he said.
Okay. Stop calling me beautiful. It's okay.
But it's only true.
No. Yes. It's fine. Thank you for the compliment. And if you hear from my father again, could you let me know?
Of course. I will. Yes. Shall I write him as well? Do I require his permission to court you?
Certainly not. But if he does contact you, if you could just let me know, that would be great. And otherwise, your hospitality has been wonderful. And yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course. Can I walk you to the front and see you out?
I think I can find the door. I think I'll be fine. Kaelen will walk me.
Stop.
with me.
Please, I insist.
It's your house. Okay, go ahead. That's fine.
And he will walk you out slowly. Probably tell you about this picture or that tapestry on the way, remarking on his family history for you.
Gonna give the side eye to Kaelen, like, oh
God. Meanwhile, the rest of you are escorted to a room near one of the wings of the house. Knock at the door, and a woman opens the door and looks out. Yes? She looks maybe a little older than him. Not actually that much older than Eskril, as you might think.
Oh yeah, the aunt.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
Yes.
Hello.
You are...
Much obliged.
And my nephew sent you to me.
Oh, one of our members wanted to talk with you, but then he wanted to talk with her, so now we're here, and it's extremely awkward.
Of course.
I think he's trying to flirt.
I wish him all of the luck in the world.
Flirting? No, you must be mistaken. Is there anything I can do for you?
Well, since we're here... Go on, Corthyndahast. You're probably a better choice for this.
What's your opinion on the dueling heads of house?
My brother made it clear that Eskril was his heir from the moment Eskril was born. Never did I ever see him waver in his conviction or his love for Eskril, and therefore, Eskril is the rightful heir. It's that simple.
Do you have any insight into what's motivating Jocelyn to do such a thing to his own family?
I would imagine he thinks that he will do better for the family than Eskril, but he's incorrect.
He's hardly even given Eskril a chance, it seems.
Indeed. Beyond a lust for power and to secure the legacy of his children, I can think of no reason why Jocelyn has done this. Were I given the opportunity, I would box him about his ears and tell him what nonsense this is. But I'm just an old spinster, apparently.
Eskril could probably use some support. He's doubting his position.
He has mine, and he knows it. His brothers as well, and his little sister. As well as several of our cousins. Any doubts he has are merely the result of him being a good man and wanting to end conflict. But I believe that he should fight for his right.
To party!
Has this conflict resulted in injury?
Injury, yes. Death, no. Thankfully, not yet.
That's at least one small blessing in all of this, I suppose.
Corthyndahast is looking very introspective, and he's going to make a calculated risk. Just so you know, very hush-hush, obviously wouldn't want to spread it around.
Mm-hmm.
But we have reason to believe the document Jocelyn, the will, he preferred, is a forgery.
I have no doubt of that.
And by reason to believe, I mean 100%.
Excellent. Prove it to the city. And to Her Majesty.
That's on our list.
Anything else I can help you with?
No, I don't think so, although you might want to ask Escrow about Veronica.
Why?
That's the young lady he was talking up.
Ah. Wait, Veronica.
Dracohorn.
That Veronica, yeah.
Dracohorn. That Veronica. She has been the talk of the town lately.
Indeed.
I hear her father is yanking the chain, as it were.
I'm afraid he'll be disappointed. She's on a crown-sanctioned adventuring group.
Curious question about that, if you don't mind.
By all means. We've asked you plenty of our own.
Is she... Is she interested in girls?
Fig just, stops for a second and blink, 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 blink. I don't think I've seen any indication of it. But I haven't asked.
If she is, she might wish to speak with Aunt Shalise.
Currently, what she seems most interested in is, partying.
Of course. Of course. You might
Shalise is
imply that she should speak with Shalise when the opportunity arises. They might have some things to share to one another.
Certainly.
How delightful. I will relish giving her this information.
Well, Marie can show you out.
Thank you for your time.
If you need anything else, I will remain available.
If you hear any particularly topical, salacious gossip, we're at the High Moon.
I'll be sure to send it your way. One last question. Are you an elf, sir?
Everybody turns and looks at Fowl.
Oh, he's been staring at the floor.
Are you an elf?
Oh, no.
Oh, I just noticed your ears.
He will cover them with his hair.
Oh, please don't
A
cover
little
them.
bit of one.
They're very lovely.
He's been having a rough 10-day.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you all. Marie? Will you escort them out?
That reminds me, can Veronica have asked Escroll about
You can
the
ask him whatever you
artist
want.
showing?
He's taking you to the door.
Veronica will ask. I heard that you were looking to patronize an artist?
Ah, Delene Rosto, yes. She recently put on quite a beautiful exhibit.
Corlador mentioned that you all were trying to get it displayed within the house?
Well, some of it. I don't know that the whole thing can be moved, but the main pieces we'd love to have here, yes. As well as providing her with compensation and space to work on whatever her next project is.
Ooh, a studio!
That's awesome. Out of curiosity, how are those negotiations going?
Perhaps you should ask Miss Rosto the question. It seems I am not the only nobleman in town interested in providing patronage.
Is the other one Jocelyn?
I don't know.
No, wait, you're
She
not
wouldn't
here,
tell me.
Fig.
Oh, yeah, you're
sorry,
not here.
You're right.
Fig.
I'm not there.
Yeah, but I will ask the same question. Who is... Oh, she won't tell you. Okay.
She won't tell me.
Out of curiosity, is she here? Or, where is she residing?
No, I presume she's at her home. I don't actually know where she lives. I admit I sent a courier.
Out of curiosity, could Could you find out where she lives? Since the courier obviously knows.
I could, but I don't see why I should or would. It seems an invasion of her privacy.
Oh. Well, I just figured that, you're...
Ask if she lives in town.
Does she live in town?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
Okay.
And I'm fairly certain that, well, supporting an artist of her caliber would do wonders for House Bala's image. We're always associated with war, Weapons. Not so much with art.
Admirable to expand.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering, I don't want to invade her privacy or any of that. Is there, do you have a suggestion on how to get in contact with her?
I would send a letter via courier.
Oh, that's a perfect idea. See, this is why you're more than capable. You've got great ideas.
And yet no heir.
That can come later. We gotta settle this thing with your family.
Somebody's gonna come later. If you need to hear.
Damn it.
It can, but sooner would be better. It would certainly help to quell some of the rumblings of disagreement over my elevation.
I mean, worst case scenario, you keel over the next day. You've got a younger brother. Right?
Yes, but...
Kind of have hair.
Why are you just saying that to this poor man?
It's just
stressing
facts.
out
I
as it
don't
is.
think Orlador would be...
You're right. He's pretty young.
He's like
and
12,
a
right?
bit naive. He's 16.
Yeah,
That's basically the same
12.
thing.
Yeah.
Just like our son isn't taller than me by several inches now. It didn't happen.
I guess that you will have to live a bit longer than that, then.
Hopefully so.
Jeez.
I love Veronica. She's so great.
Big's gonna
Certainly-
turn to Corthyndahast and go, I think Veronica's Veronicaing again. I have an itching in my ear.
Our Veronica senses are tingling.
Hopefully I will live long enough to find a suitable wife and provide an heir.
Yeah.
And for
That's a good plan.
such a wife to decide to support me. Whomever that may be.
Where are we? Yep. Whoever that may be.
She's like,
where
not me! Runs!
Sacrifice some of your friends.
On a not at all related topic, can nights get married?
Yeah,
Night.
why not? Why
Yeah.
couldn't a knight get married?
I don't know. Like
Isn't
married to
your-
your duty or something?
Like, isn't the head of your house a knight?
Yeah.
And he's
he's
married.
like a knight commander. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, okay.
Maeve was
well,
probably getting some.
I don't want to think about Maeve getting any.
Robert.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the answering my questions.
Of course. And look, here
And
are
I-
your
and I think-
friends.
Yes, thank you. God. Veronica will rush over. It's like, oh, it was a great chat. We talked about tea.
Thank you all again for coming. And, Lady Veronica, I will write.
Thank you.
Corthynd giving him another thumbs up behind Veronica.
Do I feel Corthynd behind me giving thumbs up?
Make an insight check. Nope.
Damn it. Veronica's just there, like nodding her head, smiling.
Anyhow, you guys are out the front door.
Interesting.
Once we are reasonably out of earshot of the guards or whatever, Fig's just gonna turn to Veronica and go, "Do you like girls?"
I would love a drink. Can we go to some place other than this place and let's go. Yeah, let's go. And
Quick,
Vera,
pre
We have
Vera thinks
instructions
she
if you like
girls.
girls.
Yeah, she wanted you to. Okay.
where are we going next?
I'm supposed to send a message to Shalice for you on your behalf, depending on whether or not you like girls.
Kaelen just starts laughing. Like,
Veronica's gonna punch Kaelen on the shoulder. Like, not you
But,
two. Not you two.
But like, not just like, can you be friendly with?
Yeah. Thanks, Fig. I don't need that defined.
Just making
Where are
sure.
we going next?
I'm gonna
Black
go have
Barrel?
a little bit of a panic
Yes,
attack.
that sounds like a place with drinks. Let's go that way.
Out of character or in character?
In character.
Okay.
What would I be having one about right now?
I don't know. Listen, when my
Fig is
wife says she's
intimidated
going to
by
have a
me.
panic attack, I listen.
Yeah, I appreciate you. You are a gem, my rock forever. I'm fine. Fig is freaking out. I would like to at least take 10 minutes with Corthynd to get a crash course on what not to fucking say to the maybe crazy evil dude, maybe just misinformed dude.
There is the Smokestack Tavern right here across the way if you want.
Yep, that's where we're going. That looks like a good place. Yep. What time is it?
It's time for lunch.
Wait, we already had lunch.
Line up,
Sorry,
everybody.
sorry, you
Line
just
up,
triggered a
line up,
chord
everybody,
memory there.
line up.
Bubble Guppies came to mind.
Hence me just chanting line
it's
up,
like
everybody.
It's about 1 o'clock.
Okay.
just go down some brews, and then you guys can go have your fancy tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Corthynd will instruct Fig on the things that she should and should not mention. Like, do mention that we figured out that the document is a forgery, and that we're 100% sure of that, and that it's being verified right now.
Do not mention that we raided his uncle's.
Do not
tomb.
mention that we raided the tomb or that we spoke with dead. Do mention that you have reason to believe that Balnar was assassinated. Don't give any indication how you know.
Are we sure we want to bring this up? Because I'm curious. I mean, there's got to be some other thing going on if these fire knives are the ghosts, right? Like, if we think that that's a possibility, if they're trying to forge documents and install Jocelyn, there might be something bigger at play. I'm just saying, one of the reasons why I asked about Eskrol's loyal to the Queen and his interest in that is because perhaps Jocelyn has a different opinion. And if there's something plotting in terms of that, I mean, this is a secretive organization, right? There could be...
Yeah. That's a good point.
Something there.
You could say you shouldn't mention that we think was murdered, but ask if Jocelyn thinks whether he was murdered or not. That would be a good thing to do. Ask whether Jocelyn believes he was murdered or
by a ghost.
Yeah, could the ghost or otherwise. What else I was going to ask?
You should probably write this all down in a DM for me so I don't lose it.
Oh, I figured you were writing it down.
No, why would I be that proactive?
Well, Del will be there too.
Yeah.
Is Del awake right now?
He might not be. He did mention that he's really tired from all of his driving.
Yeah.
Vaguely.
Well, do we want to do the interview next time?
We are going to, yes.
Okay.
Session's
Okay.
almost over, but you guys can certainly discuss it now.
Yeah.
Then definitely write it down in a DM so I can pin it.
Veronica's like downing these drinks.
Yeah. Let's go find out how expensive they are. What are you drinking?
I don't know. What do they have?
I mean, the usual suspects.
House wine, house beer. All tastes like piss.
What?
It's
Does it
like
taste
a
like piss?
mid to upper class tavern. It's not going to taste
Shot
like
of
piss.
whiskey and a beer.
It's probably going to be,
Yeah.
whiskeys, beers.
Shot of
the
whiskey, take
Boilermaker.
They
edge off,
probably
and a
do
beer
have
to sip.
wine.
Veronica will offer to buy a round of whiskey for the whole table.
For the table, okay.
I'll take a shot.
Yeah. Anybody else? Oh wait, you guys are talking to Jocelyn. You probably
No,
should.
they're with you. Oh,
Yeah,
you
but
mean
they're going to
talking-
go there, so
Yeah.
they probably
Yeah,
shouldn't
yeah, they're
sauce
about
up too
to.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, she can take one shot.
They actually they have ale, wine, mead. They have a common whiskey, a fine whiskey, and some top shelf.
Mm-mm. I mean, who would like a shot of whiskey? And then, Veronica
frankly,
will order a mead.
Fig will take a shot, especially since even if she does get somehow trashed with a 14 con on one shot of whiskey, she can just lay on hands herself and then it's fine.
Oh,
I will
they
take a
have
shot.
even more than that. They have 7 different varieties of whiskey. Apparently, this is a whiskey
Ooh!
bar.
Get a flight!
They have a dwarven pickaxe, an orc's roar, elven sunset, dragon's breath, wizard's reserve, moonlit mist, and ember's kiss.
Veronica doesn't care. Like, all of these names are just kind of like going through one ear to the other.
Get a
All right, so
flight.
we've got 1, 2. Who else?
Take a shot,
Val.
gladly.
All
Courtney
right,
will
so
take a
Val,
shot.
Corthynd, Del. Come on, Del. We've spoken with people, things. You
Fig
know
is
you
going
want
to turn
one.
to Val and very quietly be like, how good are you at reading people?
Used to be pretty good.
Is that used to be like years ago or like since before you went to the Temple of Torm?
I'm just a little out of it, but
I get that.
yeah, I can usually get a good read on people.
Could you be something small and I put you in my pocket so if something goes really bad and you think I'm going up the wrong tree, you can like squeak at me or bite me or something?
One sec.
Meanwhile, which it sounds like you're getting whiskey for everybody. Del, did you say you wanted some whiskey too?
Veronica's gonna get Del one anyway, and if he doesn't drink
Okay,
it, she will
which
drink
brand?
it. How much is Apollo is asking? How much is the top shelf?
Top shelf's a gold a shot.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
Well, that's
so
real bad, but
Don't forget a shot for Skirble.
Skirble can suck it. I will take. She will ask for 5 shots, and then a glass of whatever, like a decent wine that they have.
Okay. So 5 shot. You're getting top shelf. So is that Wizard's Reserve or Moonlit Mist or the special Ember's Kiss?
Oh God. Oh, I don't care.
Ember's Kiss, I'll say.
Literally.
okay,
no.
wait. No.
Say Ember's
Wait.
Kiss.
Which one? Like,
got a plan.
is one of them a Scotch? Is one of them a bourbon? What are they? How many malts? Let's get into this.
No,
Okay.
Veronica is going to say, I don't care.
So
Just
whichever one
bring
we have
me-"
more of.
That sounds great.
Excellent.
And not the kiss one.
Do you prefer a red, a rosé, a white, a merlot?
A red. Full bodied, please.
A full-bodied red. Yes, the sunburst should do lovely then.
That sounds amazing.
Just a glass?
For now.
We do have a an aged red you might like called Dragon's Vintage.
Just give me 2 cups of it.
Of Dragon's Vintage.
We'll be good. No, we'll take 1 for the Sunburst and 1 of the Dragon's Vintage because you got my curiosity piqued.
Of course.
And
I'll be right back.
I'll
be
gotta
right back.
take that.
Yep.
So
It's gonna be expensive.
She comes back with 5 shots of Moonlit Mist. It is a smoky looking whiskey. It's like amber colored, but there is like a misty smoke in it. And
before we drink,
2 glasses of red wine, which she puts in front of you, both of which look almost identical.
how much do I like? Just this is Apollo. How much are the wines? So I'm calculating in my head.
So you owe, just for the wine, you owe 11 silver falcons.
Oh, this is easy. This is simple. Yes. Kaelen, you were gonna say something?
And then you also owe 5 gold for the shots of whiskey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine. Go ahead, Kaelen.
So I'll raise my glass and say, this has been quite the adventure with this adventuring party, and I just want to say it's been a pleasure working with all of you so far and getting to the bottom of these things. So here's to Fal and Del and Figwyn and Corthyndahast and Veronica and Veronica's future children with the Balas.
Kaelen, fuck you. I'm taking this shot away from you, and I will, Veronica will absolutely try to grab for the
I assume he's drinking it immediately when he says those words. Yeah. He knows you.
Corthyndahast will raise his glass to this and say, to Veronica and House Bala, and then drink his shot.
Fuck you. Veronica is going to down it.
Cracking up.
And just guzzle the first cup of wine and is like,
right or left?
What do you mean?
Which one? Right or left? She didn't tell you which was which.
I don't. Veronica does not care now.
Yeah, but you don't know which is which. So is it right or left? I need to.
Left.
Okay.
Wait, no, right, because she would be right-handed.
Okay, so you take the right one first. It's a nice, lovely, sweet wine. A sweet red wine.
All right, good, awesome,
yeah,
wonderful.
Goes down easy, very smooth.
Hey,
Kaelen, why don't you ask Lord Bala, maybe you guys could hook up. That would be awesome.
Are you saying that to me?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you're saying that to Fig or Kaelen?
No, Kaelen.
Yeah, so Kaelen just looks over and says, would.
Fig, having taken her shot before she antagonizes Veronica because she knows better, we'll just say very calmly and politely, I've seen other eligible bachelors in our stratum. Lord Bala would not be a bad pick.
Can I get another shot of this whiskey, please?
Of course. She brings out another glass of the Moonlit Mist. It is, by the way, a very smoky scotch. The Moonlit Mist.
He might allow you to continue adventuring, and once you're done with that, you can come back and pop out 7-8 kids.
All at once. That's how it works for people.
Veronica is going to stand up and walk over the table to get as far away from this part of the conversation as possible, and just be like, can we please talk about ghosts and murders and anything else but this, literally.
She's now sitting next to Del, the only person who's keeping his mouth shut.
Yes,
because he's mostly asleep.
No, Del is buddy, old pal. Tell them that they're being ridiculous. Got bigger fish to fry.
Del wouldn't be a bad match either.
You know what? Veronica's going to take her glass of wine with that, and she's going to walk over to the bar.
As you're on your way over, the waitress pauses and it's like, here's your shot.
Yes, thank you. And she will down it and then sit at the bar with her wine glass. they can go talk.
I think we upset her. Skirble, you should go keep her company.
Yes, master. And he flies over, lands next to you, right next to your wine glass.
If you touch my wine glass, you will have no feathers left. I'm warning you now.
Del uses TK to pull Skirble back.
Just pull one of his tail feathers out. Don't even pull him back.
No, just pulls him and just pins him to the table or something.
And I was doing what I was told.
Fig will
You should
take
learn
his
to
shield
not
and
do
just
what you're
place
told,
it on
Skirble.
top of Skirble.
Ah, poor Skirble.
Well, no, curvy side up so that he's under a little turtle shell, right?
Wait,
Not
what are you putting him
smush
under?
My shield.
Oh,
No, don't do that. Skirble. Oh no. Oh no.
I'm
Be
not
funny if
letting
he
him
just
keep it.
activated the shield and it spew out its ranged attack thing.
Oh, we can't hear you, Niv.
I really am not. I'm not. Why are you leaving me out of this?
You may leave from under the shield.
Is there anyone sitting at the bar?
There's a
Fig
couple
will
people,
pick up the edge of the shield
Yeah.
and let
Veronica
the crow
will chat up one of them and
drag
just
himself
be
out
like,
from underneath.
"Hi, what's your name?"
Sir, not getting in between this shit.
There's a mid-20s looking man, well dressed, who's seated there with a glass of a white wine, and he looks at you and, Elder Blackrose, you?
You can call me Roni.
Roni, nice to meet you, Roni.
What you drinking?
Oh, this is some, I believe it's called Elven Mist White.
Are you from around here?
No, oh no, oh no, I wish. So lovely here.
Where are you from?
Me? Oh, I'm from Sembia.
Oh, okay. I've never been there before. Is it nice?
Fucking racist answer. Oh.
Well, parts of it are nice, parts of it are recovering. There's certainly some lovely forests.
What are you doing in town?
Selling wares. I brought my wares to the... I'm a carter, you see. I transport goods. Mostly herbs, spices. I bring them to market here in Arabel.
Did I hear the word spices?
That's awesome.
No, he's really quiet.
How long have you... So basically, I could do this all night. She is going to chat up this person and get to know them.
He is like the most nervous kid. Also, he thinks you're very pretty, and it's very clear, but he doesn't say that at any point.
Rick Moranis from Ghostbusters.
Veronica does not care. She is going to chat up with this person and learn all about their life and what they're doing here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys do want to discuss this evening before we adjourn?
Kaelen just wants to talk more about trying to get a general sense of Jocelyn as a person. And if we can get more information on that, that may help us figure out why people would want to put him in power if he doesn't know that he was put in power illegitimately. Well, he wasn't put in power, but he's trying to be.
We'll take notes that she will study before tea. So if anybody has anything that they want Fig and Del to specifically ask or avoid, just send it to me in a DM. I can pin it so that I won't lose it before next week.
Better to discuss it in the campaign Discord channel so that you guys can all discuss it as a group. You've got a whole week to plan this discussion.
Yeah.
So use it.
Sounds good.
Anything else? All right, then we will end here. I think all of you earn 150 XP.
Oh,
And,
what was my final tab? It was 6 gold and 11 silver. That's if I don't drink anymore.
yeah, so that's 7 gold, 1 silver when you add it all up.
Okay, 7 gold and 1 silver. Oh yeah.
By the way, that other wine is probably one of the best red wines you've ever had. The Dragon's Vintage.
So,
yeah,
16
Veronica
16?
made notice that.
What, Rob?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Oh, the XP amount. Corthyndahast definitely gained inspiration this evening.
Oh, good. I'm just as nervous as Hayoka without it.
Val would answer. Fig. He can wild shape and try and.
Kaelen, I think you've earned it as well this evening.
Thanks.
Oh,
Good
you're
roleplay,
going to
everybody.
take
That means everybody
Foul
has it.
with you?
Yes, that's what she's planning to do, is to put him in a pocket or a pouch or
And
something.
We'll end here for the night. So
Oh, you could take your 2 pet ravens with you.
I'm not taking Scarlet.